1,000 bots downloads. Like, so I'm like, he's like, no, promote. It's like, dude, you're just gonna have 1,000 bots download the episode. I'm not stupid.
I know I don't
Oh,
word
you're
so
looking
good, but I feel like if you're trying to pitch to sell something, you should use proper English.
Yeah.
Well,
How about try starting your own podcast and then tell me how lucrative it is, bud?
Yeah.
$20 an episode, lucrative. That's how.
That'd be an improvement.
Cast it. You want to see if you can get some sick shit off of this?
Obviously.
Like, you ever wonder why Microsoft was like, hey, the search bar can also connect to the internet? It's like, who asked for that? Let me tell you, fucking 0 people.
I just want to know what's on my computer.
It is like the silliest shit ever that they've done.
Don't ever fucking show me
Yeah,
anything.
don't, like,
Wait, swing at him. Kill his ass.
quit dicking around.
Make him really block. For ass
Also-
kicking fucking minus a guy, you have 100 guys. Doesn't matter anymore. Until he proliferates like 3 times and then you lose.
Also, we energies,
Why is he blocking like this?
I don't know.
we energies can
This is
suck
the
my
worst.
balls.
Why were you out of power?
No, they just,
No, because he fucking fucked something up because he sucks at driving.
what?
No, he was talking about the
He
electric
back-
company earlier.
Yeah, he backed a tow truck into a electrical
Dude,
pole.
that
or
was-
some shit.
That was a garbage truck, bro.
Oh, no.
What are you talking about,
Thank
man? I think you're in a, Josh, are you in
Josh,
Did
a,
you even look at the
God.
picture?
Josh,
bro?
are you in a K-hole?
Yeah, like your eyes are like almost closed,
Very
bro.
high, but I was
Puffy-eyed
trying to
ass,
think of what
dude.
it was while I'm also looking for
Dude, he,
what
like,
I-
drove
what
the
a up-to-date
fucking
Gitbox
dump truck.
looks like.
I think Josh is in a K-hole, boys.
Not gonna lie, it wouldn't be the first time I've seen him in one.
Those
Well,
can't those
when
can't
have
be
you
as
seen
cool
me
as
in a
people say they
K-hole?
are.
They're not. They look terrifying.
You just fucking
When have
lose
you
track
seen
of
me?
all
I've
time.
only ever been in a K-hole like once.
And
It
it's
wasn't
right
terrifying.
now.
Ooh, Jeff's
Not
about to
twice.
lose. Jeff's about to
Yeah.
lose.
I was
That
in a
was some
K-hole
shit.
twice, and then one time I wasn't in a K-hole, but I threw up a bunch and like
Oh.
have no recollection.
But I was
of it.
dying.
Good
I have
sell,
no
good sell.
recollection of it at all. Like I remember, I got a message or a text message from or an email from the when I lived at the Wook Den. I got an email from the night before my brother and I got really drunk. And Justin came back to the house. He was like, "Let's get fucked up. What do you got? What do you got?" I was like, "You want to do some ketamine?" Right. So we did some ketamine.
You're the worst
And then-
brother.
No, I
ever.
love it. This guy
And
sounds
then
like
the
he's good
next
for you.
day, I woke up fine. No, ketamine's
Jesus
fine, dude.
Christ.
Whatever.
Oh, you gotta swing out.
You don't have to justify it
But
to me. I
anyway,
don't
the
care.
next day,
Man, he'll beat
the
you.
next day, I got an email from the landlord who lived in the apartment above me in my apartment building.
Do you run
They're
up to
like,
you and
"All
be
right,
like,
someone fucking threw up all over the fucking basement. This isn't a party house. Like, I have no idea who the fuck it is, but you guys need to clean that someone needs to clean that fucking shit up." And I went and looked, and there's a vomit all over the place. And I was like, "Did I do this?"
That's me.
this looks like my
I
vomit.
cleaned it, and no one cleaned it up until or
Oh.
all the way until 6 p.m. I was like, I had to have done this, and then I cleaned it up.
There was just no other choice.
Right.
It was me or the vomit. One of us had to go.
Wild. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get the
Sad.
point of that
We'll
shit.
do
Like the
ketamine
stuff
again.
where you
I
just
couldn't find
zone
it.
out.
Dude, I was trying to find it at Bonnaroo. I could not find any ketamine. That's why I didn't spend, or that's why I came home with cash from Bonnaroo.
That's pretty cool. Ooh, up to 181 visible subscribers. For those of you that are subscribed, I can't
Are
see
we
you.
live? And I'm just talking about ketamine all there.
We are. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
You know, you should
You're
probably
fucked
let
up.
people know.
That we're live?
Yeah.
I did.
No, you
I
did
didn't
not.
hear you say it. Yeah, I didn't hear you
Well,
say
you guys
it.
are the
Said
worst.
Hi,
nothing.
mom.
Hi,
Not that
Mom.
she would get. Not that
Well,
I
Your
would
mom
tell
would've
her.
done
allegedly. You're clear. Just all you have to do is be clear. Just say allegedly, and then you're clear.
Allegedly.
I did all this in Minecraft.
No
by
way,
the
dude.
way.
I get advertisements for ketamine therapy on my Facebook and stuff.
It's because your
Okay.
Amazon Echoes listen to you snore. I'm like, this guy does ketamine. Get
That's
it?
not how that works. That's
Uh,
not a
I
telltale
don't even
sign. I
know
forgot.
how that came up because there's I've never talked about it on my phone or whatever. So I have no idea how that came up. It was like reading my mind.
Dude, there was one time I was playing League of Legends with my friends.
Okay.
I randomly had to throw up.
You gotta change your background to one of the new commanders, Jeff.
Yeah.
So I got up and I went to puke or whatever and came back and they were like, "Where the hell did you go?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just felt sick real fast." And they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "I don't know. I threw up." And we went back to playing. And then like an hour later, I was looking at Facebook on my computer, and there were ads for like the Wish.com shit for puke buckets, and I was like, "What is this?"
It is possible. They're always watching.
They're always listening.
You should Jojo.
Did you hear me, Jeff?
What?
You gotta change your background to one of the new commanders.
Fuck that.
Randomize.
You know what beats all of them? Days.
Not really. Not Maelstrom Wander.
It can be
Yeah, that one
countered.
kind of gets around days.
It can still be countered.
Sure, but it sure casts a bunch of free stuff otherwise. Keep it.
Where's
yeah.
my randomized wheel?
Consider on your upkeep just to
Dude,
show 'em.
Maelstrom Wanderer is the
That sounds
Josh Taylor
terrible.
card. I love that card.
That card does
I
roll.
love that card.
Which one?
I always think of that card and wish it was like I always imagine that card being printed
Hey,
in
JB, do you want to
like
play?
Charge of Alara.
Yeah. Let me get control.
I'll give you my login.
Nice.
I used to play it in my OG cube, and I remember that one time that I
Ooh,
went
now this
like
is the regular hands for
Maelstrom
this guy.
Wanderer into like
He got lucky
Birds of
last game.
Paradise, Noble Hierarch, and I was so pissed.
All right,
You just get trash.
guys, we got 181 participants. We're gonna do the random wheel as always. I got 5 cards here,
Let
which
'em
we
do
have
it.
a full art foil Elish Norn, Grand Cenobite. We got a full art foil Muldrotha. We got a Jetmir Skarden full art,
Man.
a Teferi Time Raveler, and a Montana.
Dude, this is the hand he should have had last game.
You give away such cool stuff, man. How do I get to be in this, Tony?
You're in it.
I wanna win some
You've
of
just
this
gotten
cool
unlucky every
stuff.
time because you suck.
Yeah, I never
That
heard
was
my name
it, like,
called.
me giving you another chance to plug how to get in again, but I was playing a role on that.
Aw, man.
Go to our
I missed
YouTube,
it.
follow us.
Make sure you're setting
and then
it
make sure-
public so we can
Yep.
see that you're following us.
Number
Do not forget to
13. You
set the
did
public.
it. Let's see who
Do
13
not
is.
forget.
Do not forget. 13.
Do not forget.
Andrew Charles, you win a Teferi.
Jealous, dude.
I think I just won last
Teferi
week.
is the card I've made people tilt the most with.
It's the best
I've
feeling.
made someone walk out
You
of like
and
a 5K.
thousands and thousands of other people.
Good day, Matt. How you doing? We got
I,
some
like,
commanders
that
to
was,
talk about.
My
We-
game, my ultimate
Right.
magic moment isn't winning anything. It was making that guy leave the 5K after just playing as a fairy.
This is for the Jetmir Garden, full art. And don't worry, the 5 is not on it. This is from the initial drawing. Nobody ever claimed this card. 136. Let's see who's got this.
Klein, get rid of witness protection.
It's me.
And March a swirling mist.
Nomad Kai, congratulations on your garden. Garden.
The whole garden just for me.
Next-
Commander Masters is looking really good.
The next one's going to be for this full art foil Muldrotha.
I'm not gonna buy any of it. I'm gonna buy singles like 5 days after it came out, or the weekend after it comes out.
Anything
I'm
that's
buying
downshifted to a rare, aside from Fierce Guardianship, I think you're like golden. Like you're good to wait on that. 101, 101 Dalmatians. Who got there?
What?
Oh, it's Josh Young.
Josh, you did it.
it. No, I got excited when you said Josh though.
Of course you did. You're up there. Wait a minute. Wait
For
a
what it's worth,
minute.
I don't want anything.
Uh-oh.
But if
I
I
gotta
win
check
one of the
something.
like Galaxy foil lands, you best believe I'm
Oh,
gonna,
we got
like,
two. Oh,
hunt
that's
you
John
with
Young. My bad. Well, guess what? Galaxy Foil Mountain is next.
Come on, give it to me. Come on, give it to me.
You wish.
God damn it.
God damn is right.
Pretty good.
Move the choice. Spin the wheel.
Oh, you should have cast moment. You keep doing that.
I know.
Don't worry, he didn't play any cards.
86. You got this. That ain't gonna be you, Josh.
Ooh.
It could be you. I don't really know. Oh, it's Jeremy
you put the-
Rankin.
guess I should've.
Mountain. And
I'll just get rid of this card that's good. And
probably
throw
for
away
the
an
thing that
island.
probably brought the people here the most is get the foil. What is this? The Legends.
What
from-
is this? I don't even know.
No, what do they call this? The Legends of like the Mystical Archive, but the version of for Legends.
Textured foil.
Okay, thank you.
Did you see that
Isn't that what it
Jeweled
is?
Lotus?
The
No.
Legends one? The Commander
The
Legends?
Jeweled Lotus looks so sick. Like,
176. Let's
Etched
see
foil.
who hit it. No, it's
Yeah, I
not
said
etched
etched
foil.
foil.
No, it's
You
not.
said textured. Those
No,
are actually
the-
two different
the-
things.
It's not etched foil or whatever. It's like
176,
the textured or whatever.
Which is Mr. Wista. You won the Elish Norin. Now, if you want to be entered into next week's drawing, all you have to do
Removal spells.
is
I
just
know.
subscribe to our YouTube, and if you're subscribed to our YouTube, every week, if you as long as it's public, we will draw from this list, and this list keeps growing and growing. But again, every week that you're subscribed gives you an opportunity to keep winning these prizes. But again, congratulations to those winners, and we're gonna go over those prizes real quick. Let's see who won what. So, Wista, you won a Elish Norn, Grand Cenobite, the full art one from March of the Machines. I think that's
Nice,
what it's
nice.
called. March of the Machines? Yeah, I think so. Nomad Kai, you won the full art non-foil Jetmere Garden.
Hello to everyone in the
Mountain
chat.
Jeremy Rankin, you won
Crazy
the.
to see people in the chat.
It's cool. Boom.
We're getting there.
This is fucking.
And then Muldrotha, boom, is out to
just
Josh
play that
Young.
one,
And then
yes.
lastly, Andrew Charles, who I think won a couple weeks ago. You got a Teferi. Bada boom, bada bing. I'll be
Andrew
saying this-
Charles about to be our number one.
He's killing it. I think he's won like 5
Yeah,
times.
he's been picking.
He was
them all
there
up.
when we only had like 40 people. So he's just been
Can
killing
we
it.
just like wait forever and send them all
Alright.
to him at some point?
It would save me on stamps, but you know, I'm rich, so I don't need stamps.
I have a bunch of stamps,
Everybody's got
by the
stamps.
way.
No.
Like the
Why would I have
safest
stamps?
investment. It's the
You could
safest investment.
you could steal them.
the
can't
only
you?
safe investment for what it's worth.
Stamps? Nuh-uh, because they increase the price of postage, and then you gotta go get
No, don't do that.
one penny stamps.
Fuck the islands.
No, not on forever stamps.
No, they do, because if you buy a forever stamp that's 53 cents of value, and then next year the cost of which is 55 cents, you have to go buy 2-cent stamps. That's why they have that's why they have 1-cent stamps. It's the most annoying thing in the world.
Really?
Yeah, it's the
Are you
worst.
No way.
sure?
Yeah, why? Okay, I'm telling you. Why do you think there's a 1 penny stamp?
No way.
Because before you used to buy like 40, you can buy like 40 cents.
All right, now play all your
Whatever.
guys.
Someone fact check me.
No, don't play all your guys.
So a forever stamp, if I buy, I mean, what's the cost of a forever stamp?
It just went up or whatever.
So then all the other ones,
Forever.
they're just like locked in like stocks.
Yeah.
All right, I don't care. You're probably right.
Negate.
That's called a forever stamp. Forever stamp fact sheet.
Are they forever?
Fading Hope puts it back in your hand,
I'm
right?
reading.
Correct.
Nice. So if he wants to waste
Started
his
in
entire turn doing this,
2007.
he can.
Yeah, that's right, baby. Forever stamps are
All right,
forever.
well, you know what to do.
Not the one.
I am the one.
As the name suggests, forever
Oh, now
stamp
there's two
you
islands
used
on
to
the bottom of
mail
your
a
deck.
1 ounce letter regardless of whenever the stamp was purchased or used, and no matter how prices may have changed in the future.
Sick.
Started in 2007, so that is why there are 1 cent stamps.
Just pay
because
it.
You may have stamps from prior
Oh,
to
no.
2007 that
Counters
are
it.
not of the current value to mail a letter.
Mail order?
It was 2007, isn't that
Bride
long
or
ago?
husband?
Don't tell me I'm old.
Both, baby.
Tell me you're old, but
I'm not
tell me you're
picky.
old.
You're
Oh,
I'm
Fading
like
Hope, your
one
guy
day
again.
older. I'm like 1 day older than Tony.
That's what everybody thinks, but they're all wrong.
Dude, did he side out every card in his deck for
I know,
removal?
dude. All he's played is removed. Jesus Christ, dude.
Jesus
It's
Christmas.
all counter spells and removal. Nothing else.
He's played 11 cards. None of
Oh
them
my
have been
God.
creatures.
Or planeswalkers.
Has he gotten rid of
He's
all
gonna,
my
he's
creatures?
gonna win with a
One,
shield
two-
drill. He's gonna slam a shield drill on you.
No, it's banned.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Not in standard.
What are we talking about here?
Oh, you're playing standard.
Boom.
Shield
All right.
drill isn't standard, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's
And
not banned.
3, 2, 1.
One.
The one.
He's nuts.
Ooh, look at these islands that you put on the bottom of your deck. Oh. Are you adding this to our
Oh my
theme
god.
song?
man.
I always, well, you guys can't hear it, so you guys get to hear the cool song noises.
I heard it.
No.
We could hear it this time.
You can hear the
Just
theme
don't hold
song?
I'm gonna get-
No, you don't.
No, I didn't hear the theme song.
Oh,
I
you
heard
lost
the-
a poison, dude.
All right. You are listening to episode 109 of Paper Player. I'm your host, Tony. I'm joined with Josh, Jeff, and JB, and we're going to have a great show this week. By that, I mean we are going to be talking trash. Probably
Who can I
on
talk trash
Commander,
on?
probably Commander Masters and what's going on, people crying about the One Ring, and, you know, the casual thing that Magic players do every week. They go, I can't have this.
So here's my problem.
Okay.
Commander Masters. It's not an issue with Commander Masters. It's an issue with Wizards.
Oh, what? Okay.
Because there's too much product. There's too much product. There's too much. There's too much. I
They
can't
said
handle
that
it.
they-
Even if there wasn't
Right,
too much
they
product, are
know
you paying
that, but they-
$450 for a box?
Listen, I am willing to
No.
pay some money for a box every once in a while, but if you're trying to milk $300 out of me every month and a half, I'm not doing it. I just can't.
It almost feels like a
Not
phone.
even
It's like the
like
phone
that.
game model.
But they know that they're pushing out too much product. They knew that 6 months ago or whatever. But they said that, like, all right, we're gonna dial it down, but all of this stuff's already in motion. You can't stop it.
So that
you-
actually
like
means
it's gonna be like another year before we see like a slowdown. And
nights.
so like, don't think this is it because there's more coming.
I hate
Don't
it.
forget,
I hate it so much.
Secret Layer
Sub-
Commander Masters is coming too.
Yeah, for sure, dude. It's loose.
No, you know what? The real problem is they can print all this product,
Yeah.
but it's still not decreasing the value of all these cards.
All right.
Price memory, it's all made up anyway. It's all
Just not enough.
We'll
all
get into
funny
that.
money.
I
All
hate
right.
it.
So this episode's theme is retiring from Commander because I'm announcing my retirement from Commander.
Yeah, you say that. I don't
You're a
believe you.
liar.
I don't ever believe you when you say something like
I
that.
bought this $100 Commander deck. You better believe we're playing Commander.
I'll play-
You
I'll play
guys
with
can
you.
play.
Huh?
Have fun.
All right. So
I'm not behind.
Oh my
as
God.
always, connect with us on our socials. Linktrees. If you want to find any of our socials, just go to our Linktree. That's at Linktree/PaperPlayer. Like and subscribe to our YouTube if you
play
want to be entered in the
Yu-Gi-Oh!
drawing. It's pretty easy. If you want to get free cards, all you gotta do is enter in the drawing. We do a 5 card giveaway every single episode, and you, yes, you can be the winner. So be better and get on it. So
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Jeff getting smacked.
he is getting smashed. Okay. As always, we're gonna do the custom card creation. We're gonna talk about my little passion project that I'm gonna do. The Mostest color, which me and Jeff will probably battle this week. Reading the card explains the card, which is a little segment I'd like for you guys to explain how cards work to me. Commander Masters, oi, and we'll talk about the spoilers in here. Obviously, it's spoiler season, so more hot and hot and hot and hot stuff.
Ooh. Can we call it that from now?
Well, Commander Masters,
Commaster?
oi!
No, Commaster.
Yeah, we'll call it Commasters. Come Masters.
Master.
Nice. Yeah, I was
My
just gonna call it
favorite.
that. But before all that, we actually had a pretty sick shout out this week from the Commander Clash podcast. So thank you for that. And here's a little clip of that.
And because of Jeff, I love paper players.
All both Richard, both Asian Avenger, both Saffron, all said positive things. Please shout out to you guys, the Commander Clash. We hate MTG Goldfish, but we love Commander Clash. And here's that clip again.
And because of Jeff, I love paper players.
Thanks for the shout out.
We just have to wait for him to say podcast.
Oh, they definitely say
Paper
Oh, they
podcast.
say it every
Podcast.
week.
They say it every week.
Then how come you haven't cleaned that up yet?
Because it sounds funnier when
And
it's.
because of Jeff, I love paper players.
Yeah.
Sick shout out, guys. Thank you. But
All because of Jeff.
man,
Which one?
I don't know. I don't think they know your name
Both.
is Jeff. Yeah, both Jeffs. And because of Jeff, I love.
Paper player.
All right, cool. I didn't play any Magic this week. I wanted to, but I didn't. Playing a lot of chess lately. I'm like addicted to the quickness of chess. I play 3-minute
Chess
games.
block.
No,
I
no,
played
no. I
one
play
game of
online.
chess recently and I got whooped.
Yeah.
I get so annoyed when
Do
my
that
opponents
on-
take forever
I heard-
online for Magic.
There's a record.
Yeah.
The record of it now on. I made a record of it, Chris Wolf. I said it out loud. I lost in chess.
Nice.
I played 2 leagues with lands and went 3-2 in both, which is not the best, but I'll take it.
Nice.
It's a little better than even. It really sucks because the first league I played, I was 3-0. That just got stomped. So I was like pumped. I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. We're gonna get it
Like,
4-1.
you're gonna get the 5-0, and then
Get my list up there.
they got you pretty good.
Did I steal?
Yeah, they got you real good.
I don't know. I still like lands with what's it called in the main sphere. It's fun. It makes people mad.
Fear of resistance.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one. It's like such a blowout because nobody's like prepping for it, and they're like, "Well, you're land, so I didn't really keep a Force of Will hand because I was a combo deck and I died."
What I heard, it didn't matter because he still got meltdowned.
You
No,
do?
I beat him after that. It's fine. It's
You
fine.
got life for
That was a
long.
while back.
The iteration of the lands, like over the last 6 years, like how much it's like changed over because of Saga and like the Vampire Hexmage tech and all that nonsense. I guess Vampire Hexmage is always a thing. It's just like that version comes and goes. But yeah, lands is just from what it used to look like back in the 43 lands day, where you're just like, I'm gonna mind slaver you to hell.
I hated
I will
those
do is
days. That
barbarian.
took forever.
Academy Ruins was a pet card of mine for a while.
Oh, it's so good.
I can't find mine and it makes me crazy. Like I know it's somewhere.
I borrowed it and
remember I
then
had
threw
a
it in the
foil-
trash.
I had an
'cause-
OG foil one,
Most likely
the
that's probably
longest
what
time.
happened.
and I sold it for like $65.
Did you
I
get any,
was gonna say $1 bajillion.
did you get any magic in, Josh?
I fantasized about it.
Me too. Me too.
Man, you guys are all chumps. Never playing paper. Never
Right?
playing Magic.
Kidding me?
Jesus.
I always want to play
I
League.
wanted to go play. I wanted to go play in the win a duel or whatever, but I had a tattoo appointment. You want to see my tattoo?
Okay. It's on his wiener.
I like how
Oh,
the background
No,
is
no,
like
no.
fading it out.
This looks great. Keep it going. Let's make it real big.
Oh, you put it away.
That works for me. I like it.
Run it out.
Cool. All right. And Jeff is currently playing standard.
Oh, I stopped.
Okay.
No, he got destroyed by
I
a
finished that
poison
league,
deck.
but-
It was pretty funny.
I did go to FNM this week and play standard.
Did you?
I did.
Nice.
There was 12 people there. It was kind of crazy. Like that was the most I've seen for standard in a while, and they said it's growing like every week, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Happy to see people come out and play standard. I played mono blue tempo. I was technically missing 4 cards because the version I'm playing online runs 4 Ledger Shredder in the board, and I don't have any. So I literally just put Delvers in the board.
Boo. Yeah.
But round 1, I played against Blue Green Ramp. They played like Titan of Industry, the 3-drop. What is it? The 4/4 when it comes in search for land, it can't attack or block unless you control 7 lands.
Yeah.
We went to time. Kind of played a little slow, but it just came down to it. We were in turns, and once it got to turns, there was no way for me to win, so I just kind of like stalled out the game for those last 5 turns. And then I played against like Red Green Werewolves. Beat them. Round 3, I played against. What did I play against round 3? I don't even remember now. Oh, I played against Esper Control. And that was. What are you taping to yourself?
Nothing.
Is that a Charizard?
Sure is.
Okay. I played against Esper Control. I won 2-0, I do believe. And then we got to the final round. We were playing for the foil promo pack and
Oh,
the
nice.
non-foil promo pack. And I played against Mono Red. He ran me over game 1. Game 2, I literally stabilized at 1 life.
Yep.
He was at 15. I swung with a 7/4 Hodigen and a 5/5 Tolarian Terror.
Yeah.
And he had already tapped his Hearst to put the Hodigen down to 7, and he was at 15. So I was swinging for 12. I casted Swirling Mist, countered my own Swirling Mist, and then bounced his one creature to do exactly 15.
Are you playing
And
it?
then
Oh, go on.
Go
sorry.
ahead.
I was gonna say, are you playing any C doubles?
One. I was playing one, because I only had one in at the time, and it was actually filling a spot because the decks are playing Moment of Truth now. It's one blue and one instant. Look at the top three. Put one in your hand, one in your graveyard, and one on the bottom. It's like expressive iteration,
Pseudo.
kind of. Yeah, it's like budget, but it makes you cast your terrors faster. It makes your haughty gens like get +2/+0.
Oh, for sure.
But seeing double did help me in round one. I copied a Hullbreak Core, so that was kind of nice.
Dude, C double's the bee's knees when you get it. When you do choose both modes, you're just like,
Well, we
the
went to
best.
game 3 against Mono Red. He kind of stomped me. He played the 1-mana, 1 red, can't be countered, deal 1 damage to a creature or planeswalker. If it's blue or red, deal 5.
yeah.
And I really don't have an answer to that unless I have Swirling Mist in hand, which the deck only runs 2. So after playing an FNM, and I have been seeing that card more online, I'm starting to play Shore Ups in the board to give Hexproof and to untap.
Yeah, that's a pretty big one.
It's that, or I'm going to start playing more Swirling Mist, because that card just, on your opponent's turn when they go to attack, and you just,
Yeah, you're
phase
like-
out all their dudes.
So it's like a pseudo cyclonic riff. You're like, I just
Yep.
need this for one turn. Goodbye.
Oh, the deck
Exactly.
reminds me of the Return to Dominaria mono blue deck that everyone was playing.
You mean the original Dominaria?
No. It was the one where it was I thought that was Return.
It's still going. That we're still in that standard.
You're thinking that there's only been Dominaria and Dominaria United.
Oh, I was thinking Dominaria then. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. The one that ran the 3 blue gen, or
Yeah.
3 cost blue gen, where its power is equal to islands.
Yeah.
Yep, that one.
It is the
That
same
one was
deck,
fun.
just a little more. I don't know. I think
Resilient.
Haughty Gen's better.
Haughty Gen's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
sick. You're reducing your spells for
better.
by 1, and then all of a sudden your what's the draw equal to islands? Discard 2.
Blow
That's a
knowledge.
wild card.
Ooh, that one.
Yeah,
when you're
cards are good.
when you're casting that card for like 3 and you're like, draw 8, they're just like, you're like, yeah, you're gonna lose this game. But yeah, that's like
But-
how you beat Esper. It's just like, I'm gonna draw 8 now.
He won. He opened his foil promo pack. He got the Murex land or whatever, the one that makes the 1/1 mites.
Yeah.
And in my non-foil promo pack, I opened Karn the Great Creator. So I think I won on that one.
Pretty good.
Casey,
But
baby.
it was a lot of fun. Supposed to work this Friday, but if I
That's a
don't,
good plan.
because of the rain, I think I'm gonna try to go to FNM and play some more standard. It was a lot of fun.
I think I want
Felt good to play it in paper again, man.
Yeah. The problem
Plus,
is
I
I, don't-
just don't want to touch modern right now.
I do, but I don't have any rings or Orcish Bowmasters. I gotta go get them. I'm just like being lazy and not going to get them. Just like, oh, those
My
cards are
collector
good.
boxes.
No, thank you. Those foils curl real bad, especially
Yep.
in the summer. All right. All right. As always, we're gonna go to our custom
hang on,
queue.
hang on.
Okay.
Hang on. Can we take a minute to talk now that because you taped this Charizard on your chest?
Yeah.
Can we talk about like the other other card games such as like
We can talk about the
the
TCGs.
Dude, I'm
Yu-Gi-Oh 25th anniversary thing that just came out?
Oh, dude. I mean, that didn't just come out. That's been out for a minute. But
Yeah,
yes.
they've been talking about it. I think the boxes finally got shipped out to stores.
They're
which
like,
is why
It
No,
actually
no, no.
says it
It's,
releases on
no,
the 14th.
Amazon. It says it releases tomorrow.
Yeah,
on
it
Friday.
releases on
Are you
like-
sure? Because one of our
That's
local
what
stores has
Amazon
had them
said.
for a long time. Because I thought about buying a box.
Whatever.
certain things. Some of the
Anyways.
boxes have not
I
been out
still
yet, but
think
whatever.
I still think $80 a box is like amazing. I haven't seen an $80 box since Kaldheim.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you hop on Amazon right now, you can get Midnight Hunt for like 65, 70.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure it's at least 90.
Oh yeah, you guys want to play
Strixhaven
Rare
set
Hunter?
boosters are.
I'm excited to do
Yeah.
this little Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh
thing.
Yeah,
'cause
everyone's
that's
buying a
gonna
box
bring
of
back
LOB.
nostalgia.
Just
We're all buying
LOB.
a box
Prices,
of LOB.
nostalgia.
So
We're
we're
gonna
gonna-
add
this
a
is
new
an app.
box each month.
Okay. This is the price of LOB.
Okay.
That's what you can buy it
But,
for right now.
It's a deal.
But are we gonna play Rare Hunter rules? Your rarest card goes to the winner.
Oh, I'm down.
Yeah, whatever. I'm
Can
in.
we trade to each other? Can we trade
No.
to each other?
No,
I don't see.
trading,
I don't see why
only
not. But okay.
I'm in for trading to each other. Just to each other.
Yeah, of course. I mean, once
Whatever.
you start trading to other people, it's no fun. I'll play Yu-Gi-Oh with you guys.
Nobody's
Oh.
ever gonna have a Exotics. No one's gonna trade it to someone.
I'll trade my
Yeah, we're not
Exodia. You,
gonna-
you can have my Exodia pieces. I'll
I
trade
would
them.
either
Give
trade
me
for
give me
them
your
or trade
Regekis.
if-
I want blue
Right.
eyes.
Give me a
I would
Regek.
trade-
Yeah,
And the
you
blue,
get
the
these-
blue eyes, the
I
blue
don't
eyes
know
from
how
this set is still $50, by the way, from the 25th
Right, I was looking
anniversary.
at prices. Like all the cards that you would think are like Chase are still Chase or whatever. So
It's hot, dude. They do have a tiny little marker that identifies that it's from, you know,
Yeah,
the
the
current.
25th.
Yeah. No, it's dope,
I'm
dude.
just playing this for fun.
No, you got to stockpile your money
And-
for what's it called Pokemon.
Man,
Also, your rare
Yeah.
doesn't have your rarest card doesn't have to be from your deck. It can just be like, in my collection, I have a secret rare that you are going to win from me.
This is the next expansion coming out in Pokemon, which is gonna be the stomp your kids to get to to get to the thing.
isn't it like the original like 151 or whatever?
Yep, that's the
Yeah.
next set.
Ah. Everyone's
I saw-
cashing in,
this
baby.
is
Bring
where I
back
was
the
going
old
to lead
stuff.
to, is like Pokemon is like the number one like Pokemon's
Selling
like sales
TCG.
numbers sales numbers are better than Magic the Gathering, but nobody plays Pokemon. No one.
Hey, Magic. Hey, Wizards. You notice how every company is banking on nostalgia and bringing back all of the old cards?
They did that with Dominaria. Can we talk about that real quick?
No.
Hold on.
I did not see dual lands. I did not see.
Remember, like, no, they brought like, remember they like printed Legends packs. Of Legends cards.
Oh, yeah.
You,
the
got, you guys,
Legends decks they found.
you want too much. This is the problem.
I mean,
Yeah.
is that so much
I
to
don't
ask
get it.
from a
I don't
company that
understand.
charges
And like,
400
there's
for a
like
box?
there's Magic tournaments always happening. There's always there's like you go to a game store on a Friday night and like every table is filled and someone's playing Magic the Gathering. But
Dude,
like,
damn it, I got the wrong.
I
need
don't
a better drop.
understand. Like Pokemon is like all clout. It's like all clout. It's all chase to get the stupid secret rare and then send it out to
Because
get
people are
graded so you can have a
collecting. They're
plaque
not
and show it
playing.
off. Like, hey, I got this $1,000 Pokemon card or
I
whatever.
wouldn't even say that they're collecting. It's to the average consumer, whereas Magic is not in Walmart. Or sorry, let me rephrase that.
I guess.
Magic
knows
is
what
not
it is.
Magic is not in the Dollar Tree. Like at a Dollar Tree or Dollar General, you can get Pokemon cards. They have the dollar packs that come with three cards. Like they're literally like they're everywhere. Like
And like,
And they have so
Pokemon's,
many
like,
different
household name.
bundles, and like they'll even do it where like open this metal Pokeball.
they
and
have
there's
like
a
last year's
pack.
World Championship decks you can buy and
There's
play
a
against each other.
McDonald's has a
Yeah.
promotion where you get Pokemon cards.
Yeah, it's a game that's geared towards a 9 or 10-year-old to go to school and be like, I opened up my
Like, no one-
Charizard.
But
Yeah.
no one plays it. It's just bizarre to me because I think the Pokemon game is fun.
It's got a huge issue with it.
It's alright. It's like playing solitaire.
It's best of one. So if you have the fire deck and I have the grass deck, well, I just get bodied.
We're playing best of one for our Yu-Gi-Oh League, right?
Sure.
That's supposed to be 2 out of 3.
I am not grabbing sideboard cards. I will only be submitting my 40. Shuffling Yu-Gi-Oh decks feels so good because it feels like you're like a magician.
Kind
Oh
of.
yeah, they're so tiny.
You're so fast.
It's the easiest.
40
card game to
cards
cheat
and
at,
they're
too.
way smaller.
Yeah, I've been weightlifting with my
Meanwhile,
hands.
Magic's over here jerking us for $400 for a box of Commander.
I mean,
You
of
can buy
reprints.
all of the
$400 for a box
reprinted
of
boxes.
reprints.
You can get every single box reprint for the same price.
Yeah, I love that. We do this every. We do this every. We do this every set, right?
Perforos deck and all the expensive Perforos cards are being spoiled. My God darn it!
Oh, it's just like we do this every. Us and I say as like the Magic community, we do this every time we go. The stuff is too expensive. We're not buying.
And then it sells out.
Yeah, so it's you know
Somebody's
what?
buying
I'm done complaining about it. I'm just gonna skip the product and move
No,
on.
I'm not. I understand that.
I just don't care anymore.
This is me complaining about. This is my complaining is actually like FOMO.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not going to buy any of it. I'll pick and choose like a week after it comes out. What do I want to get? I'm gonna get all the uncommon downshifts and.
And then
whatever
sometimes I
variant
won't
they
buy my
have.
rings in time, and that's fine. It
Yes.
just is.
All right. Let's go to.
I don't even need a ring. Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
That's
It's
fine.
like sometimes you
I'll
miss
pick
out
this
on
up
the
when we
single
start talking
card,
about spoilers.
Yeah.
but everything else is like cheaper. And it's like, okay, I don't care.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Play the custom curation.
Oh boy.
We got Bolas's Command, which is 1 and Grixis, so it's 4 mana total for an instant. You choose to like the command cycle. Target player loses 3 life unless they discard a card. Target player loses 3 life unless they sacrifice a non-land permanent. Counter target non-creature spell unless this controller pays 3 life, and then draw
Hold
2
on.
cards. This card is
This is
farts.
BS.
What is
Yeah,
this
this card is
spell?
bad.
They already had a Bolas's command.
No.
So I
I'm
pay
showing
three-
it to you right
it's
here.
Pay 3 life, pay 3 life, pay 3
Go
life.
to our custom card curation.
Opponent loses 6
And pull this
or
up.
opponent loses 3 and draw 2 cards.
This is a much better version of a Bolas's command.
Are you gonna show me?
Pull that image up.
Are you gonna show me foot porn?
No, it's in the
Yeah.
custom
That's
card.
JV's
What's
thing.
the say it the right say
Anime, anime foot porn.
seek
Great.
Bolas's
With
counsel.
lots of tentacles.
Yeah,
Oh
show it.
my god.
Yeah, show this. This is way better.
I can't believe I gotta read this. But this wasn't
So
made.
much
This is
Yes, it was. It was made by Wizards. They
that's
printed
not
it.
custom.
I'm just saying, there's a
Cool.
Bolas's choice card
I
that's
like
way
who's
better.
talking to him on the phone.
I can't see it.
Call
What's
me
it say?
understand.
I'm
All right,
not-
so this one is at random. You get to get an emblem with at the beginning of your upkeep, pay those colors, or you lose the game. Each player discards their hand. Planeswalkers to pools of becoming, which is what is this? You have to roll the planar die. You go to you planeswalk into planes. For each opponent, you exile cards from the top of their library until you exile a non-land card, and then you cast all those cards. Destroy all creatures and all non-Bolas planeswalkers, and you get an emblem with you can cast non-land cards from your sideboard. This is way better, 100%.
All right, Jiff.
I'm just saying.
Why
You're
are
showing me
her
a bad
comments so
custom
long?
card when you could be playing the cool custom card.
This
made
isn't
by
custom. It's
Wizards.
real. It's I can get
Made
this out of
by Wizards.
I can get this out of a pack. It's nothing custom about it.
This is a custom card made by Wizards.
All right, this card sucks. I get it. Your opponent gets to choose anytime that your opponent gets to choose. It's 4 mana, draw 2.
We're dunking on everything.
I want things to be custom, just like my dad.
Yeah, this
Shut
is
up,
your
JB.
opponent loses 3 life and you draw 2.
No, yeah, exactly. It's farts. Who's gonna be like, I'll discard a card. All right.
Like I like how it's counter target non-creature spell, or unless they pay 3 life.
Yeah, it's like-
wouldn't pay
Yeah, I
even
want
at 4 life. I would just be like, all right, I'll pay 3.
I would like to cast my Elspeth. They're like, wait a minute, you're gonna pay the 3 life for that? Like, yeah, guess I won't. All right.
What if they
Boarding
have
party.
more
This one made me laugh today because there's already a card called Boarding Party.
really?
Yeah, you'll see it
Keeps fading
if you
out.
watch it real quick. There it is. It exists
It's just
already.
a Cascade.
It's
yeah.
a 6 mana. It's a 6 mana 6/3 Cascade for pauper.
Oh, it's that card that's played in the Mississippi River deck.
Yeah, it is. So this one is Boarding Party, which is already a named card. So double dunks on you. That card name exists already, unless this is some kind of unhinged set. Do you guys remember when they did 4 different very cryptic commands? I do.
Yes.
I also
oh my
liked that.
God.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, black
That's
2
clever.
for menace, and then it's a 3/2. It has raid. Whenever Boarding Party enters the battlefield, if you've attacked this turn, target player loses life equal to the number of creatures you control that attack this turn. You gain that much life, which is okay.
Why is this a rare?
I was just making fun of it because it's just no ingenuity
That's
here.
garbage.
All right.
It'd be like
What?
uncommon. at
What
best.
about this one? Blood Contract. Black,
read it.
3. Whenever you is a legendary enchantment. Whenever you lose life, you draw draw a card. So okay,
You may draw a card.
you may draw a card.
Why not?
Trash.
Does,
not that good.
does that work the way I want it to?
It works with Blood Pet.
No, but like, so if I lose 3 life, do I draw 3
No,
cards?
it's just one.
No.
No,
time
but
you
every
lose-
time you take damage, is loss of life. So every time
But
someone
is
attacks
that
you,
like first strike and regular attack?
yeah,
Just
exactly.
draw a card, draw a card.
Ooh, If this card sucks.
What's the red? What's the red guy that's like pay 3 life, get a red mana?
I know who you're talking about.
It's something ogre,
Burning
treacherous
Embers?
ogre.
No, treacherous ogre. That's it.
Yeah.
You had it.
Yeah, so I mean, is there any other cards that's like pay 1 life, do a thing? Ooh, actually, this would be so good with the lands that pay a life to draw or to add mana.
What is Yawgmoth?
Oh, Tony's
do?
figuring it out.
There's also a black. It's either a
think
2
it's
or
a
3 drop.
good
And
card.
you-
Cave of
That's-
Quelos. Yeah.
You can pay a life to give it +1, -1, and you could just
Dude,
stack it enough. So you can
imagine
draw as
this
much
with
as you want.
pain lands.
Yeah, it's
Every
amazing.
time you make a mana, you just draw a card.
Seems pretty good.
I like
the
it.
cost
This
is
card still
what,
sucks. It would be better if it was like if it worked the way I wanted it.
Like
to.
where you
I
lose
like
5
it
life
in
and
a
draw 5
casual
life. Yeah.
sense. It's fun.
Yeah.
All right. Blessed knowledge. We have 1 white for an enchantment. Whenever an opponent would draw a card, except for the first one they draw in their draw step, each turn you draw a card. So if your opponent draws 4, you draw 4 outside of the draw step.
what? This card's insane.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, you think?
It's insane.
It's pretty
It
good.
just punishes your opponents for drawing cards.
Yeah,
You're
they
like, "All right,
brainstorm.
I'll do the
Like,
same.
This card is very printable. This card is very
Yeah.
like
I don't think it's that.
it's very.
think it
it's
should be a
like-
3.
This is a 2-mana do nothing.
You think so? 2 mana do nothing.
Bring it in against Lance.
Yeah.
Have it in the main board. Let's go.
2-mana
Okay.
do nothing.
For the
It's a
one
2-mana
niche
do
deck
nothing.
that it might not be good.
Yeah,
against.
it's fair enough. You might be right. I might be overvaluing this card. I was just like thinking, like someone brainstorms, you draw 3 and then they have to put 2 back. Yeah, like, okay, cool. I know it doesn't stop them from
Okay,
drawing.
but
Yeah,
fine.
Right? Then
but-
don't brainstorm until you get rid of it.
yeah.
This is just
Right.
it feels like a better version of that fairy.
Hold on.
I like it.
Is this fair?
Isn't there?
If someone wheels, if someone wheels, you're drawing 28, and they're like, are we sure? Hold on, are we sure this is fair? If someone time
Okay.
twisters, you're
Let's
drawing.
put it at 4 mana and then it's good.
This
I
might be
think
too
3
good
mana
with
is
like
fine.
I think this is fair at 2 mana.
with echoes of aeons and
I would
stuff.
be like,
Like
In
with-
what format?
I mean,
Doesn't matter in the format. Put it in whatever.
This turn 2, wheel turn 3 seems gross.
Yeah, the wheel seems stupid. Draw 28
I think
cards.
this needs to
combo
cost
piece?
at least 3.
All right, yeah. Is it any worse than like Narset and whatever?
Narset costs 3.
No. I'm not saying
Okay,
it's
sure.
Yeah.
All right, if you have to bump this up 1 mana.
Yeah,
that's
I'm saying
fine,
it should
but
cost 3. 2 is just too
I think it's
aggressive.
fine at 2, but
Yeah.
it's in white. It's not.
I just enjoyed the. I forgot that wheels existed. Just
It doesn't pitch to Force Will. It doesn't do.
I pitches to solitude.
Oh,
Pretty
baby.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, fair.
Wow.
All right.
I'm already gonna Solitude in my
All right.
mono blue deck.
You can have
Your
it.
face.
Ooh, I'd love to play this against the stupid 4-color decks. that
aren't you
do nothing
playing-
but draw
Yeah,
cards?
Solitude, my true name nemesis.
You ever hear someone say merfolk and not merfolk?
Yeah.
And you just go, get out of my house. Like, don't ever come back to this store. Do me a favor. Just leave.
Mirror folk.
All right. Electro Spell Mage, 1 blue and a red.
What the hell?
It's a 3/3 with haste, and then it has warp, which is discard this card from your hand, and then choose one. And then the 2 choices are counter target non-creature spell, or it deals 3 damage to any target. This is
isn't
basically
terrible.
this is just
channel.
it's just channel.
This channel. Like,
Except
yeah.
it's a modal channel
Yeah.
spell. That's all.
I like it.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
yeah, I think it's cool. It
I don't
just,
think it's
it
bad.
should be
I
called
mean, this
channel,
is
not war.
coming. This is a card that is coming.
Yeah,
Channel
it's
creatures.
well, it's like
a
it's
Yu-Gi-Oh hand trap.
No, like a modal channel card.
yeah, it's on its way. Yeah, for sure. I mean, this ability is like the 3/3 haste is the worst part of this card.
Dude, what if they saw this?
Right.
It's
What if
negate
someone
and lightning bolt on the
predicted
same card.
future, and we actually
Because,
get
like
warp.
that's a way to get around counter spells and stuff.
Make it
People love
proactive.
it,
Well, there's like it's got. I mean, this is a lot for 3 mana. This would probably be 4 mana. This
Has
is
there
a
ever
lot.
been a leak? Has there ever been a custom card that turned out to be a leak?
For sure, dude.
Like, you know, it's
Not like a
"Haha,
leak,
look
but
at my
like-
funny custom card, and they like put it in the custom card stuff, and it's like
There's
actually
been-
just a Wizards employee.
Hang on. I'll find something. I'll just search Reddit.
Yeah, there's got to be like there's custom cards.
Just search called it or whatever
Yeah,
on
is it?
Reddit.
I
and
mean,
you'll find it.
yeah, that exists. Like, hey, this was my design. They stole it from me, and it's like, no, we didn't.
I mean, just out of the sheer amount of people that make custom cards, it's gonna happen.
Literally.
That's all we got. All right, here's my pet
It's against
project.
the-
Oh my god, you're the
You
worst.
did do it?
I hate it so much.
It looks
Dude, I
clean.
want.
It
hang
looks
on, I
really
want you
cool.
to do it
So
to mine.
ugly.
When you're done, can you do it to mine?
What? The force wheel?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I
I have a place that you can do it to.
Yeah, I can. It's like with these ones, I went and bought. Like, I found somebody online that was talking to Twitter because I was using blue tape and like just painter's tape.
Yeah,
and that
painter's tape.
that leaves like a little bit of residue, and if you're not careful, it'll rip the card. So I was like, God damn it! Like, and then some guy was like, how did you get yours so clean? Because the painter's tape, you have to be like, I had to do all these like workarounds to make it less adhesive, and it was annoying. And like, yeah, there's artist tape. I was like, oh shoot! So I went to a local Hobby Lobby, and I was like, you guys have artist tape, and the artist tape is just like absolutely perfect. You can line it up like perfectly. You can kind of adjust without having to smear, and then you get it squared up like this. But yeah, it looks really clean. But,
I think it's like something
yeah,
a poor person would
I
do.
also have like I have a set of Force Wheels that are.
Are you
like,
gonna do it to a
absolutely-
playset, or is it just a single for EDH?
so what makes me sad, and this
Says
is
the guy who's not gonna play 100 card formats.
I am over EDH. So like cards like Teferi, right? The new design of cards sucks because the like that there's so much
The
black
bottom
down here.
border.
Yeah, so like I have a lot of examples of it. I actually don't have it down here, but because I did it with like my pauper deck, it's all whiteboarded. And I did like 3 different methods, and the only method that looks clean is to have like to keep some of the black down there, which kind of ruins the aesthetic. And cards also have real close, if you look, they have like edging that kind of comes down. It's like fat and
Corners.
thick. Yeah, instead of it being like a complete square. So like new cards just don't look good. So anything to me that's high value is when they do old border. Like Baleful Strikes being old border and not having like the new border is so clean because it just looks way better. So
Yep. Well, I mean, that's one of the reasons why people like the old border too. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously there's like the coloration on the border itself, like the blue coloration or whatever in this example. But like it's also the squareness of the cards that's
Yeah.
really nice comparatively.
thanks for the shout out, Charles, and also Charles. There's 2 different Charles. Thanks, guys. Much
Charles and
appreciated.
Charles.
But yeah, dude.
Artist type.
Say it again. Artist
tape?
yeah, artist tape. It's meant to hold an item without leaving any sticky residue, and you need to be able to do it like this. You just need what's a eraser, which I have right here.
Like a pink one.
This picture is triggering me.
You need to buy this type of eraser. You can get these
I mean, I
on
hate
Amazon
it for
for
it, but I can
Magic
at least respect
eraser.
it.
it's
artist
Hey, the
eraser.
guy
Why
who's
would you want to make
destroying
your
No, it's not an
cards
artist
as well.
eraser.
poor?
It's got to be an eraser that's made of sand. Like it's like a
See,
sand.
the real issue is, Tony, you should have done this for the new old bordered Force
That
Wheel
are
because that's a reprint. This is the original. It should have black border.
No.
Yeah, it's technically this is
No
this
Force
is
Wheel
not a
should be
reprint.
white border. I don't
These
care
are
which one it
It
is.
looks clean to me. I like it.
Looks poor.
It's only when you have reprints that you're white border.
It just makes dude.
Or
And then
people use
hold on,
white border.
I gotta show you this. Just keep talking about my Force Wheel and how cool it is.
Yeah, yeah. You should have done it with the new ones. It's fine.
No. I don't want to go out and get Force Wheels. Plus, I like that art, and I'm probably gonna further alter these. Now, I was thinking about getting the Ninja Turtles on each of them.
Oh no, you're gonna be that guy.
I like those. Those are
I
super
always
dope.
see them in the
want a
like
white
altar
border one.
high end altar for sale or whatever. It's always the 4 Force Wheels with some like, Star Wars or like
Yeah.
comic book. or-
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I want to get some art done on my cards.
I mean,
'Cause,
I'm
like,
picking up an full arted Una right now for. I'm gonna start picking up fairies cards and get some altars done on fairies cards for an EDH.
yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Tony, you still got the Oh no, you whiteboarded it. Never mind.
What did I
I was gonna say you still got that cryptic command, the full art one, but it's whiteboarded. I remember.
Here, look what this guy did to his guy's cradle.
Yeah.
No, why?
That's super sick. It looks so
comes in
clean.
Japanese.
Oh my
So
God,
it's
that's
not
so
like he did
clean.
that, but yeah, it's clean.
Super clean.
Clean.
If I can get to this guy.
Nice.
This guy also has
What's his name?
I don't know, but this is so sick.
His name's Testacular.
Everybody made fun of him
You
for the
whiteboarded those Strixhaven things.
people hate that he whiteboarded
Those
this side right
endurances
here.
look great.
Well, I like that
He-
there's 2
he-
different endurances.
Well,
He whi-
that's weird, but whatever.
He whiteboarded what? And
The
people hate it.
fuller, or
the full art collector
borderless.
roof, but he only whiteboarded this side and he didn't whiteboard this side.
Why?
Yeah, but it's clean. The only not like as you can see right here, you can see the black border right here. But yeah, I whitebordering his black green deck looks like super sick.
Nice.
Yeah,
This is that new dude. I like that deck.
this
deck
deck
Yeah,
is
quit
awesome.
Magic.
If I
Does he
if
have
I
any
had
decent Force in that deck, go back.
Oh man,
if I had Gaia's Cradles, I'd play that deck. It's cool.
I gotta try to find it again.
Remember when Charlie's like, Anything that doesn't have blue and legacy is worthless.
It
This
is.
garbage.
It
Get
is.
out of here.
It is.
And he's just talking about how cool that deck is.
It is.
I was so nervous playing against the Elves deck in that like win a volcanic
ain't even
or
called
whatever. I
Elves
was
anymore.
so nervous, and he
No.
like ran me over game 1, and I came back and won.
Or-
games 2 and
Orcish
3, and I was so
Bowmaster
good.
completely destroys like any Birds of Paradise.
sucks.
Yeah, like if you're elves are just they're buried now. Like Fury was already like pseudo played in there, and now it's just like it's gone. There is no more of that nonsense. That
Is there a card getting banned?
everybody thinks Orcish Bowmasters will, but just cry harder. I don't know. Sorry that your brainstorm format got infected.
It's not the brainstorm that are people. It's the Elves players that are upset about it.
Everybody's upset, but that's
Yeah,
anything.
dude, everyone is if you draw more than one card a turn, you're upset.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So, we had this question, which I screwed up on the timing on this, but it's saying, I think Lightning Bolt is the most red card ever. And then the question to Twitter was, hey, what else do you think is the color that represents the identity the most? And this is the list I came up with, which was Counterspell, Thoughtseize, Llanowar Elves, Wrath of God. I think those are the things that are most like the color.
We're gonna tell you how you're wrong now.
We can. I'm all for it.
Black is 100% Doomblade, and I don't think you could ever convince me of
No,
anything
Dark
else.
Ritual. Black is
Red
definitely
does
Dark
rituals
Ritual.
better.
No, it doesn't.
Red's
It
also hang on.
It has
hang on,
more
Red's already
rituals
got,
anyways.
Red's got Lightning Bolt. We're doing Red's got Lightning Bolt. We're not talking about Red here.
I
Red-
get that, but I'm saying black. Like, yes, Dark Ritual does make me think of Black. But Doomblade.
If Dark
and
Ritual
removal
was
in
legal
general.
and modern, it would 100% be played. If Dark
Well,
Ritual
no
was
shit.
legal,
The card is
No,
busted.
no.
Like,
The answer to that,
it's a staple card in every card format is played in.
the answer to this
no,
for
I
white
wouldn't call it staple.
is land
Dark
tax.
Raiders. Lantax for
Is
white.
what?
White Lantax is a really
No.
good one, and I'll go into my. I'll go. No, it is. It really is. It's a good reason. And
What about STP over white for graphic?
STP and Doomblade don't make the cut.
So
I
what's
think you're
brown?
wrong.
What's
You don't
mono
think so?
brown? Is it like metal?
Soul
looking?
Ring, Soul Ring.
Soul Ring,
Oh,
100%.
it's
Yeah,
Soul
I
Ring.
think
It's.
I think-
I agree with Llanowar.
The
Elves
classic
are green.
argument is Bolt the Bird, so like Llanowar Elves is good, but like I want to say Birds of
Birds of Paradise
because
is
Bolt the
way
Bird.
better.
So
Blue,
it's-
I want to say.
I think Birds and
Ancestral-
Elf are like
What is-
it's
Interchangeable.
a piece. Yeah.
Original things.
but one
Close.
produces only green, and the other one, and there's a tribe specifically that's green, and I wouldn't say
That's-
Birds is really a tribe.
I
That's
like
the only thing that takes
Thoughtseize
away.
as the
My
choice
EDS
here.
deck disagrees.
Yeah.
I like Thoughtseize as the choice
going
here.
with the
If we
meme.
wanted to go weird old school stuff, it would probably be like Yawgmoth's Will,
Yeah.
because like
But
they had
we're
weird
talking about the
graveyard
mo-
play.
the
It's
card
not a
that
lightning
like
bolt. It's not like a spell.
it doesn't have to be.
No,
a
no,
lightning
no, no,
bolt.
it
It's
does-
saying
yeah.
lightning bolt is the most red card.
Yeah. It's saying
Like
yeah.
that's what it's saying.
The idea
It
is,
doesn't
like,
have to
what
be
does
one mana
red
produce
the
3
most?
something.
Yeah, what is the like the
What
concept
kind?
of red encompasses the most, and like lightning bolt is, I think it's the right choice. I don't know if like you would say wheel because like
No.
and you guys keep going because I got a lot to say.
I mean, well, that's the weird part is because like Black had 2 identities at the start, right? It was
Alright,
like
so
removal
I
and
would say.
hand
well,
disruption.
that's not true. It's not. They didn't have the only removal. That's the downside to it.
They had the best removal.
No, disagree.
They had-
They
they
did
had
not. Swords of
creature
Plowshare was the
destruction.
best by a lot. It's not even
Creature
close.
Destruction is what they had.
No, they
Right.
didn't. They had
I was
terror.
doing
They had
what the
Royal
card that was
Assassin.
closest to
Yeah.
the lightning bolt is what I was doing. is
Yeah,
what I was
you were
thinking.
you
Now I'm
didn't
gonna
read,
go back
you didn't
and do
read
it
the
all.
post again.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And I think blue.
We have read the
is
card later. Now you got to
definitely-
read the post.
So the original post, and like everybody's like, oh, the actual cycles killing self ancestral,
Yeah,
and
I
I was
think
like,
that's the same.
shut up,
That's
shut up. Just do me a favor,
I
shut up.
think the most blue card is Teferi Time Raveler.
The card's blue white.
Get
Yeah.
out of here.
I
wanna
Counterspell, I
make
think,
sure-
is the
No, that is the anti-blue card. It turns the game into not blue stuff.
But that's the most. That card encapsulates blue.
No, counterspell does.
No.
Counterspell
Well,
is the
very
most blue
counterspells.
card.
So
I
I mean,
think blue.
yeah.
Counterspell literally encompasses what blue does. It counterspells.
Right.
It stops everybody
Well,
from doing everything.
So-
The core.
let me just
I'm
let
gonna
me
say
let me throw you like my identities here, right? So white has always been like this color that's known for having like effects that are dual sided. Like Wrath of God, like I'm gonna do a big epic effect, so we're gonna blow up the board. It also kills my creatures too. Land tax also has the ability that everything's dual sided. Cards like Thalia, where it's like it
Mantax
affects.
is not dual sided, but
It is because
No.
if you end up getting ahead, your opponent gets the advantage. Now I know
no,
when
they
you
don't get the ability to do that.
Is it,
How is that an advantage?
for some reason I thought they did.
I've
I'm
never-
sorry.
No.
I'll give you.
No.
Thoughtseize. I'll give you. Thoughtseize.
No, no,
I'll
so-
give you
No,
Thoughtseize.
I think that's
So counters like so blue. It's the only like spell. It's the only color that consistently from set to set has a card designed to interact specifically with the stack. Right? No other color really does that. Like Mana Tithe here and there. Reprieve is like kind of a new thing, but like blue has cancel, negate, essence scatter,
Yeah.
and like counterspell is like the number one, right? And
I have no one's arguing with you. About
black right here, and this is where you guys are gonna fight me on. Black is the only color that truly disrupts your opponent's hand by discarding cards.
not true. Blue makes you discard too, doesn't it?
And what else makes you draw? Like so, like if we're gonna go time twister
Black
and like
makes
wheel
you
for
draw too.
no. What I'm saying, like you're saying they like the only color that goes like target player discards X cards or target player look at their card
Yeah.
like and it pulls something out from it. It's uniquely to black and no like black like from removal. Like Swords of Plowshares, Doomblade, all those colors, like they all have removal, right?
Yeah, and back then I was about to say not Hurricane. What was that stupid 6-mana green card that destroys
Desert Twister.
target permanent? Yeah, Desert Twister.
Yeah.
That was a card that existed back then.
Well,
that was
like,
in
the
green
whole
that just
idea of, like,
destroys target
Say,
thing.
like, demonic tutor too for black.
Demonic Tutors.
No, because then they kind of branched out by 6th edition and everyone.
No,
had
no,
a
no. Before
tutor
that,
for a specific thing.
Mirage. It had the,
Oh
the
yeah,
fi-
Mirage. that's
Mirage had the
right.
5
Yeah,
cycle,
yeah.
and then if you want to get a little bit more specific,
Yeah, but
they had the
demonic-
yeah.
Black's the only one that lets you get whatever you want.
Yes,
what-
but like what he's saying.
Gamble. Hold on,
Thoughtseize,
Gamble
the
gets it
ability
too.
of- Thoughtseize is the ability of Thoughtseize is only something black does.
It's
Granted,
uniquely
they're
to-
starting to give it to
Right.
white. It doesn't discard. It puts attacks, but it is starting to slowly
Yeah,
branch out to
like
other
lead
colors.
spellbinder. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Those are
Well,
new.
that's the weird part is when we look at white, right?
Yeah.
They kind of became the de facto tax as well. Like all the white cards are all the taxing. Like all the
I'd
tax
almost say
stuff is
Mother
either
Rune
brown
for
or
white.
white.
Well, like Mother Rune encompasses, or sorry, white also encompasses like circle protections, right? Like it's
Yeah,
uniquely like
Because Wrath
just
of God,
weird.
white isn't obviously the only color that Wrath like anymore.
Yeah, 'cause you have
and hasn't been for a
Damnation,
long
you have-
time.
Well,
Red
my-
even has Wrath. Blue has Bounce.
well, yeah. So, but their wraths come in different styles. But yeah, like so, like Black's first wrath, official wrath, I believe it's either Plague Wind or it's Mutilate, and that's like a specific like it's like we're not gonna just destroy the creature. We're gonna do Plague Wind destroys it.
Penguin was so good.
But like Mutilate's like -X, -X. We're gonna do something different with this like design. And I like that design. And like red does damage. Like then they've done
I
like
think
the
Contagion do like -1/-1 counters or something.
-2,
also
-1. It's really weird. That's part of the force cycle or whatever the original one. Like
If
no,
we're, all right,
yeah.
if we're specifically choosing abilities that only that color has, I will give you Thoughtseize. I
Well,
will
it's
concede that argument.
it's a big one, man, because no other color does that yet.
Well, in that case, can we
I-
just
wait
go
a little
back
bit.
and do the real card of Mind Twist? Because that's like the card.
Right.
You also
It's
could
yeah.
say Cabal Coffers too.
Obviously, it's not a known card today
Duress
because
was
it's
even
panned
older.
everywhere. but-
Hypnotic Spectre, like it's
Yep.
a black. It's black. That's like Black's theme. Like it doesn't need to be an old card, but like in this day and age, like the card that like says black, it's like 1 mana. Like because you also do something at a price, which is 2 life, which is also black. Like it's like the
Somebody
most that
needs to lend
encompasses
me
that.
Helms. I need to play mono black.
To be
and
fair,
Legacy.
Duress was out before Thoughtseize and
No,
didn't
it-
cost anything.
It doesn't, but black's like where you get out like black to draw cards, it costs life. So it's I think like Thoughtseize encompasses all those features of black
Those
with
abilities.
yeah, like paying life to do something great, discarding your opponent's hand, and then obviously getting the discard out.
Yeah, I really hate when people are like, Dark Ritual is the de facto black card. It's like, no, it's not.
It's not. It's a great
also
card.
It's not the only color that rituals.
Yeah,
It's a good card,
yeah,
but it's not the card.
yeah.
I'd almost go back to like, I think Mother of Runes then encompasses white the most.
It might, and it could.
I think you're right because there's too many
Thalia. I
cards
was
that
gonna
give
say
protection.
Thalia.
There are so many cards that give
And
protection.
green, I still say Birds of Paradise, but
Birds, I agree.
white Thalia.
I still
Okay,
think
Thalia.
Llanowar and Birds
I-
are interchangeable.
I think Llanowar is
Whites aren't cool.
the right one
Whites
because
aren't
it's
cool anymore.
Well, actually, elves is now 5 colors because they think there's a red elf, there's a black elf, there's a blue elf, and
There's a red elf?
not a spicy
Yeah, Bloodbraid
mana,
elf,
there's
dude.
not a spicy elf.
Oh yeah, it does.
There's not a spicy elf. Oh.
Bloodbraid
doesn't
elf.
count.
Yes, it does. 100%.
No,
It
I'm
says elf in the
talking
name.
about- I want a spice. There's a Llanowar elves that adds white mana.
And Avacyn
And
Pilgrim.
there's a Llanowar elves that add, and there's a Llanowar elves that adds a black mana.
Yeah, elves of Deep Shadow.
But
Yeah.
there's not a spicy one. There's not a spicy one.
Yeah,
Not a
there's
red-
one that adds red. Isn't it Blanchwood Ranger or whatever? It can add a red or white.
I don't
Does it
remember.
cost 1 mana?
I think it's one, but I think its ability is tap.
Whatever. I'm
it and
totally in
another
on
elf or
birds over
something like
land
that.
more elves. I don't care.
That's fair. Birds of Paradise, I mean, you're right. The meme is
It's more
both the
iconic.
birds.
Well, they're both iconic, but I think it's
Branchwood
more iconic.
I think it's Branchwood Ranger or something like that, or Branchwood Elf. I thought it tapped to add a red.
Searchlore Rangers?
Is that it?
Searchlore Rangers doesn't count either.
Yeah. So
But I totally agree that Mother
like the
Rune should be
picture.
the white card.
or
for
or,
sure.
or Path, and I say Path, and I know you're gonna say Swords of Plowshares. Path is
Oh, Thalia.
Thalia's good.
If we're not
You're just
counting
wrong.
removal, like,
Well,
even
if
though
you-
we're not counting removal, even though Lightning Bolt is removal,
Yeah.
Mono Brown
Well,
did that
it's also
before.
damage.
Yeah,
White
Sphere of
did, I can tell you
Resistance.
that.
Yeah. Sphere of
Sphere of
Resistance.
Resistance,
Brown
Shredded
head.
Spear.
Head.
Lodestone Golem.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's
I'll
some
give
other
it
stuff that's
Thalia
older
then.
too that no one plays, but it's there.
The reason I say
just-
Mother Runes is it's literally something I don't think any other color does.
Give protection.
Yes.
What
I
about
agree.
what about Black Knight?
And no, it
Itself
has
has
protection.
protection.
And
Yeah.
white has always had those cast this card, give target thing protection.
Yeah, the,
from
the cop
thing.
circle. Even though
It
there's
had
only.
all the circle protections.
Not even the circles. There was instance that did it all the
Can
time.
anybody be honest with me and just say like, Cop Red is the only playable circle protection?
obviously.
Did anybody ever play circle protection white, circle protection blue?
Yes,
Circle
in fact,
protection. Or,
I had a story circle deck, and it was
yeah,
really
story
good.
circle is different though because you pick the color.
Yeah, that's totally different.
in fact, I did in
And CLP
pre-modern.
played a bunch
There's a
also.
deck that plays a couple of the other circular protections because it's good against
Which one?
Black deck.
I think it's black. It plays circle protection black. It's the
Because of the deck that Josh played in pre-modern.
Hypnotic Spectre. Okay.
yeah, it's the cycler deck. It plays the ones that can cycle. And
Okay.
it plays the black one and the
I didn't know that.
maybe the green one.
I really
Yeah.
only thought Cop Red was like the only one because like what's the point
I mean,
of
it's
all
the
the other
most
colors?
played.
Yeah. What's
And very few decks
It's
play it.
red's
But
the strongest.
well? Has anybody ever
obviously,
Yeah.
pre-modern is a totally different ball game than like actual whatever, Magic.
Fatal Gaming? A lot of people said Murder 2, and I think that's the new age of Magic. Like Black
what-
1.
Or just strictly destroy a creature with like no other stipulation.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go into like Magic's lore, it's like Terror was the first edition, like version where it's like you couldn't hit
Right.
artifacts or non-black creatures,
Yeah.
and
Which
then
was a thing for a long, long time.
and then Doomblade came, and that was an M10, which that was the first iteration that we had Doomblade, and then
It was only black, non-black then, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah, it
then
was-
we got Go for the Throne.
yeah, they started adding like different variations of it to kind of like
Yeah.
here's your Doomblade for the set, and like
But-
yeah,
Rewrite white for Mother Runes, and I'm in.
that's pretty good. All right.
Some people think of it dies to Doomblade, which
Some people think.
Has something.
Some people.
It dies.
of it dies to Doomblade, which
That's all. He's got no follow up. Which.
I have
some
no.
people think of it dies to Doomblade, which
I'm glad you spent time making these.
I haven't, but yeah, boom. And these cards are great though. Like these are like Doomblade's not a bad choice. I just think
I feel like
Thoughtseize-
it's a close second.
it's good. And you can then you could say Rich. Yeah.
Aw, Thoughtseize.
All right. So the original Endgame. This had a lot of flow in it.
Dude, you didn't even get the cool series.
I know.
What are you doing?
This is the cool one.
No.
What?
I'll get you the cool one.
It's
Hold
the
on.
stupid. He's talking about the anniversary one.
Alright,
Or
so
he's
the-
talking about the anime one.
Hold on.
So there was two. There were three. My initial list had Air Elemental, and someone was like, "What about Mahami Jin?" And I was like, when I was looking through beta, I was like, I just honestly thought that was a spell because of how hard it is to read these cards. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I forgot that card existed, right?
Here, I'm sending it to you, Tony.
The cube.
It's on here.
Yeah.
One of the all stars in the cube.
Yeah, Singer Vampire, which people said like, no, it's Nightmare because that's probably more encapsulating of black. And then for for green, it was Force of Nature. Those were like the big cards, and then you could argue Lord of the Pit. But honestly, when I think of like the original, like, hey, I'm gonna end the game now with like old school cards, these are the 5 cards that come to mind.
Yep.
And Crawl War might be a little weak in that sense, but
No one's gonna argue on this.
I mean, all these cards are kind of weak now.
none of them are playable. But they're just. I mean, Sarah Angel was like rare until M10, and then Baneslayer was a mythic, and then this card came out as uncommon, and you're just like, Baneslayer does what? This card does all of it. Yeah. So.
Baneslayer kills all of these cards.
But I want to delve a little bit into the history of Magic. So I've been like reaching out and talking to people that played in that time, and just be like, hey, can you just give me like some of the cards that were like bangers back in the day, and like Royal Assassin and things like that. So
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
we'll be talking about old cards because I'm actually interested in kind of like the lore of OG Magic.
Did I tell you? Back when what set had Maze of Ith in it? The Dark.
Yeah.
I found you know what use groups are?
Yeah.
Use groups, just in case anyone doesn't know, they were like the old school forums of the internet. Back when there were no forums, it was like these like groups you had to go through a bunch of subfolders on someone's computer basically to like talk to people. It was like posting on forums. But I found someone's dump of a use group that was talking about how busted Maze of Ith was because of the way the rules worked back then, and how every game would take eternity because everyone would play 4 Maze of Iths and the games would never end.
Well, there's what's the I can't remember the card. It's just like tap gain a life, or it's pay 1 gain a life. It's like something whatever. Something fountain maybe. I don't know.
It just drew games out, so they banned it.
No, because the original rule said like you didn't die until the end of your turn. So like if someone, so if you got attacked, at the end of the turn you would die. So and you didn't go past 0, so you just be like gain 1.
Oh yeah.
Like, gain 1.
They,
I'm alive.
They did ban. I think at one point they did ban. What's that card that's for every card in your hand over 4 gain a life?
Oh, it's the opposite of.
It might be Fountain
That
of Youth.
artifact. No, it's the art. It's old. Like,
It's the
real
opposite
old.
of Black Vice. Isn't Black Vice you lose a life?
Yeah, but it's like whatever. It's an artifact from way back when, and I think it got banned because it made games take forever because everyone was just playing that and holding on to a million cards, and the games would never end because the creatures weren't strong enough. And there was like enough removal that you played like a blue-white deck, and you're like, yeah, I'll just gain life all day.
Yeah, Fountain of Youth, the original, just 2 tap gain 1 life.
Yeah, not that card. Oh, what was it? Ivory Tower.
That one too. Yeah.
Yep, Ivory Tower was banned because blue-white decks would just play that, and it would make all tournaments take a lifetime.
No way to. Yeah, there you go. Ivory Tower. Thanks, Jim. Nice. But yeah, that stuff's sick. Yeah, I want to delve more into this because I don't know. I have an
I love the
affinity.
old stuff.
It just
So
is
good.
cool. Yeah, that's why that game is fun. That old
And
one.
with our roots in Wisconsin, we have it all, baby.
We do.
Everything
We do.
comes from here.
Oh yeah. There's a story about Green Bay Power, which I probably will ask somebody about. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Green Bay Power,
Yeah, it was. Were they proxies printed out of Green Bay?
but no, it's when they move. I'll get the story again, but Green Bay Power.
Remember they had a printing thing up there where they printed a small amount of
Yeah, it was only-
alpha beta.
Yeah, it was. You're not allowed to print this, but they're like, well, we have this. Let's just print what we want, and then they printed what they referred to as Green Bay Power, because it was
Yeah.
printed up in Green Bay.
Gotcha.
Not a lot out there,
Right,
but
'cause
it's
they had
fake.
They had the printer or whatever. Yep,
Yeah. All right.
I had heard of that.
Da-da-da-da-da. So someone's like, hey, we
Card's
should.
Good.
Yeah, it's the Royal Assassin.
I mean, this is what I was talking about when we were talking about quintessential black cards. The
Yeah.
Royal Assassin. For people who don't know, this was like the top dog at the time. At
Yeah.
the start. Because it was just like impossible to beat unless you had removal.
Well, or you had Sarah Angel, which had Vigilance. So
Yeah,
you're like,
which- yeah.
bink.
But,
Gotcha.
But every other big creature that wanted to end the game, you were like,
There are stories out there.
Correct.
So like when people first got into Magic, they'd be like, "Here's my red green deck, but I only own 7 forests and five mountains, and the rest of my deck is plains and islands." Like they just didn't have the basic lands.
You could only get them from packs.
Yep, and you had a random distribution of some number of lands in random spots.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just got 1 land, sometimes you got 5, and
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's why you would end up with 5 in a pack.
Yeah, you're like, But yeah, it's funny to hear
mean-
stories of like people playing, like just like going to like their local, gaming store and being like, "Yeah, I'm gonna play my deck. I only own like 10 plains and I have a white weenie deck, but the other 8, the other 10 lands are just mountains. Like,
Could you imagine? Could you imagine praying that you opened lands because you needed them?
it's the only way
Please
that-
give me
yeah.
the basics.
Until they like did starters, and that came like way later with
Yeah, and they like bulked up on the.
well, they were like, here's a mono red starter, here's a mono blue starter. So yeah,
No. Even the original like starter decks or whatever they were called. They're not starters, but
it's the one with the star on it.
it was like the
Tournament packs.
fatter packs or whatever that had like
Tournament
3
packs.
rares. In
Those
it.
came out like way later.
No, that came out right away.
Yeah, that
There's-
was right away.
Tournament packs, really?
No, not tournament. They're
That's what they were called. They were called tournament packs. I know it came with like, it was like 60 or
No.
75 cards, and it came with
I'm
3
looking it
random
up.
rares.
Yeah, tournament
looking it
packs. Formerly known as tournament pack, also known as tournament deck, was a formerly
starter
as
deck.
a starter
That's
deck.
what it was called.
Yeah, that's
It
what
was called a starter deck.
Yeah.
Those had a bunch of lands in them in a section, so you'd get like a good chunk of lands out of those.
I think the
Yeah, those
last
later were renamed as tournament packs.
the last thing
Gotcha.
they named as tournament packs was, I think the last set to have it was Shards of Alara to have a tournament pack.
I wish they would bring that back. Those are
was
way
cool.
cooler for sealed.
Yeah, it was cooler for sealed. I like the idea of it too.
But yeah, that's when it really bumped up the number of lands in the
Right.
in like people's collections.
So I'll
Those
try to go.
confusing cards.
Yeah, so we'll
Dude,
start
I want to play that card that you posted on our Facebook.
camouflage. Yeah, so
Oh, it
Goblin
looks so
Game.
good.
We're just gonna go through.
Yeah.
So
I own 2 of these.
each player hides at least one item. Then all players
Object,
reveal them
excuse me.
simultaneously. Okay. Each player loses life equal to the number of items they revealed. The player who revealed the fewest items then loses half their life rounded up. And then if 2 or more players are tied, like, what is the item they're referring to? Like, I gotta hide. Like, I'm gonna hide.
Permanents.
You just what, is
Like
it? Is it
permanents.
okay? Is it okay? Is it permanent or is it actually says item?
Yeah.
I think
'cause
they
that mean-
errated it to just be like
No,
this write a number down.
I'm reading the errata right there.
No, it says item. You can choose anything.
So if I have 4 dice, like I go,
What?
I'm gonna hide these dice.
Most people, you can just use numbers. You can just. say
Yeah, I was about to
numbers
say. I
now.
think people
You don't
are
have to
like
hide
that's the
anything.
judge approved method is like put a number down. Hide
Oh,
it from
such
your
as
opponent,
Wheel of
and then-
Misfortune.
Yeah, yeah,
exactly. Because like this is a nightmare for judges, so they were like, we need to have a way to do this that isn't.
Oh, I bet you
Garbage.
people cheated so much with this card.
Well, it's like reveal them at the same time, like me. Imagine, I mean, this card was legal. Like, imagine just playing like tournaments.
it's
and
still
Still
legal.
is legal.
Well, no, it's funny. It's like it's not modern, but like if it was in
Yeah.
modern or Pioneer, but like,
You can play it in Legacy.
yeah, 7 mana do nothing is a lot.
I mean, you can make your opponent lose half their life.
Yeah, and then you lose life to the amount of items you chose too. So if you choose 10,
Just
and
I would
they choose
20.
if you choose 20 and they choose 21, you lose 20 and they lose 11. It's a nice little fun mind game. I love those kind of cards. All right, Raging River.
Ooh, baby.
When you attack, I'm gonna read the Oracle, the original.
God, if this wasn't $1,000, I would buy one.
Yeah,
and
when
play
you
it.
attack,
Right.
non-flying defending creatures must be divided as opponent wishes between the left and the right side of the river. Then you choose on which side of the river to place each attacking creature, and attacking creatures can only be blocked by flying creatures or those on the same side of the river. So essentially, this goes. It's what like Jace does. It puts things into zones. The new one, Space Bellerin, like Zone A and Zone B. Like that's it.
There's a playtest card that plays exactly like this. I played it in a Mystery Booster draft. Instead of a river, it's a volcano. And you put them on either side. It just doesn't have the stipulation about flying.
Oh, not so like a lot of like old cards. Like I guess because there was no like collective knowledge, you had to just like write out like, hey, and by the way, if you have a flyer, they can't be blocked. They're like, wait, but it says I can block. Like, I mean, how many arguments were probably held at kitchen tables? I can block it. They just wrote.
Okay, I
like,
can get one of these for $250.
Yeah.
Just get the playtest card, bud. It's like probably like $2.
All right.
Also, Word of Command is like $300.
Yeah, that's because it's like
I
a
love
night.
Word of
It's not a nightmare in Commander because it's like look at target opponent's hand and choose a card from it. You control that player until Word of Command finishes resolving, whatever the hell that means. The player plays that card if able. While doing so, the player can activate mana abilities only if they're from lands that player controls, and only if they produce, or only if mana they produce is spent to activate other mana abilities of lands that the player controls and or to play that card. If the chosen card is cast as a spell, you control the player while the spell is resolving. What the hell?
I don't even understand what this card does.
So
You can only
I did a
use
bunch
mana
of
to
reading
cast a
into
card.
this.
Yeah.
and you cannot do alternate tapping on lands. So like if it's a land that can produce a color, I
Yeah.
don't believe you can use like pain lands to pay for something.
Maybe.
You can only use the generic tapping for it.
Really.
Yeah, it's
Why-
like
why
there's a
is
bunch
it?
of really goofy rules with this card, and the card you cast can be cast out of space that it normally could be cast at, because you can do this on like their upkeep,
Yeah.
and you can cast like a creature out of their hand with it because
It's the
because it
card
doesn't
telling
follow
you.
timing rules or whatever.
No idea. It's an
so
instant speed.
dumb.
Well, it's
I read like a huge forum thing on MTG Salvation,
yeah.
which was like the go-to place in the early
Oh, yeah.
and mid 2000s for info.
Yeah.
There was like a 7-page thread on this, and I read through the whole thing. 'Cause I
So
wanted to know.
so yeah, the card is how it's designed is you take control of the target player, right? And you choose a card that they can cast. The only thing that you can do is you can't tap them out for mana. You have to only use lands to cast that
Exactly,
spell.
mana.
That is it. You can't go like, oh, you have 10 lands up. I'll tap 10 mana and then you take 8 mana burn and I'll cast your 2-drop.
Yep.
It's
and that's
specific.
why they did that.
It's so confusing the way it's written.
I
But it's,
think if they remade this card because mana burn doesn't exist, they would let you tap all the lands. It's just with mana burn, they didn't want you to have the ability to just
they
kill
did. They
your
have
opponent.
They have Mindslaver. Like, it's the same thing.
Okay, look, is this legal in Legacy?
I don't know. Probably.
Scroll down.
I can't because I copy
Oh.
paste it. All right, Chains of Mephistopheles. This is the one that like
I
it's
like
hard.
this. They should definitely give us a secret layer with the like flowchart version of this. 'cause
Oh,
it's
yeah, for
way easier when it's a
Wait, is
flowchart.
this card's not
Yeah.
on the reserve list?
It is.
It is. It is
Oh,
It says right there, part of the reserve list.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he had mentioned
a flowchart. I got it. I don't worry, Judge. I got it for you. So if obviously Chains of Mephistopheles.
Pushing for it.
Yeah, here you go. That's the flowchart. That's
No, there's a really good one.
is there.
I'll find it. You can you continue reading. I'll find it.
All
I'll
right,
send
so-
If you would draw a card, is it your draw step? If yes, is this the first card you draw on your draw step? If no, do you have any cards in your hand? If no, put the top card in you mill one.
Or
If yes, draw a card, and then discard a card.
no. So that you're reading the flowchart wrong. So
Oh
at the
god.
beginning it goes, if you would draw a card,
it. He does not know how to read a flow.
and then it goes. Then you go to the next phase. It goes, is it your draw step? Yes or no?
Oh god.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have any cards in your hand? And if it is no, you then put the top card of your library in your graveyard. And if you went from if is your draw step to do you no, and then you went to do you have any cards in hand? If it's yes, then you discard a card. Is it your draw step? Yes. Then you go to is this the first card you draw on this turn? If it's no, and then it goes back to the bottom
discard
tier.
or mill.
Yep, discard or mill.
Basically, if you
Yeah.
draw a card outside your draw step, or that's more than the first one in your draw step, if you have a card in your hand while you're
There you go.
doing that, you have to discard a card from
This is
your
the better
hand
one?
or mill one card.
I gotta see this
Yes.
flowchart.
I think this flowchart is perfectly fine.
It's
Yeah, it's
alright.
fine.
I gotta see
Explains it.
Josh's. I want to see Josh's. Where is it?
In
Oh,
your
yeah, you
private
just. I
messages.
think. Okay, you DM'd me the
Yeah.
hard way. Oh, I like this one way better. All right, let me.
Oh, gee, I know
Wait.
what I'm talking about.
Word command wasn't in alpha? Oh yeah, it was. Never mind.
Yeah, it was.
I was
Alpha
like,
had
what? It was only in beta.
this one.
Boom.
Yeah, this is basically that, but
bigger.
there. If a player would draw a card, yes, no, yes, yeah, this card's sweet. This is like one of the most hated commander cards. People are like, oh yeah, you're just flexing because you're rich.
I was about to say because it's a lot of money and it does this stupid effect.
Yeah.
People hate it.
I
All
used
right.
to
It's like
play
playing
that
Card's
card.
Tabernacle
legal
in
in Legacy.
Legacy.
All right.
Or playing
It is
Tabernacle in
legal in
EDH.
Legacy.
JB,
So-
explain to me what this card does.
Okay, Illusionary Mass, 2 mana artifact.
Yeah.
X, you may choose a creature card in your hand whose mana cost could be paid by some amount or all of the mana you spent on X. If you do, you may cast that card face down as a 2/2 creature spell without paying its mana cost. If the creature that spell becomes as it is resolved has not been turned face up and would assign damage or be dealt damage or become tapped, it's instead turned face up and dealt damage. So basically, you get to hide your card as a 2/2, like a morph, but you don't have to morph it. You still have to pay the mana to cast it, but it's a hidden creature.
I can't. No, because you can't just
No,
go.
you could pay 1 and put Darksteel down.
You can't.
It
You can't,
says
though.
you may choose a creature card in your hand whose mana cost could be paid
By
by
some or all?
amount.
The mana you
So
spend on
1
X,
mana could pay for some of Darksteel's mana cost.
right? And then if you do, you may cast the card face
Yeah.
down as a 2/2 creature spell without paying. So you can do a 2/2 dark steel.
And then it would flip.
Well, how
when
would it flip?
was blocked, or because it says when it's affected by damage, it flips.
If the creature that spell becomes as it resolves has not been turned face up, what does that mean?
And what it's saying, if it hasn't been turned face up,
How do you
yet,
turn it up?
If the creature that
If it gets
spell
dealt damage, becomes tapped, you turn it up and it assigns damage or is dealt damage and then becomes tapped.
Instead, it is turned face up and assigns or deals damage.
Dude, I don't understand this. Like, I understand the first part. The
I like
second
Icy
part just
Cauldron because
confused
it's
me.
easy.
The
hate
phrase "if the creature that spell becomes."
So you put it down as a 2/2 morph,
It's,
yeah.
it's a morph, yeah.
Yeah. But then how do you flip it? If the creature that spell
Has
becomes
not been turned.
We gotta
face
look it up.
This is the Oracle text. I don't know what to do.
I
Someone
have an
in
app
chat,
that will
help.
Tell you ruling. Hold on.
This is really difficult.
It's like breaking news. We
I'm
gotta figure this out.
I'm trying. Yeah, so I was just like, man, what is some
I've
confusing
seen this
cards?
card.
I've seen it. I've never seen it because if it's truly that you could just be like, I will put this down as a
Yeah, no, you aren't putting a dark steel down.
well, you can't pay 0 mana, right? You can't just go.
The creature has to have a converted mana cost
Well,
equal to or less than the value you choose, and paid assuming no cost reducers for X. So if X is 1, you can only put a 0 or 1 CMC. So you hide the mana value because you can pay more.
well,
No,
then
we're
that's
just
different
looking-
than what.
What
the
is
original
going on with this
card
Read
card?
this again. Hold on. It says you may choose a creature card in your hand whose mana cost could be paid for by some amount or all of the mana you spend on X. So you need to spend at least whatever the creature cost
okay.
is
By
I
some
get what
amount.
you're saying.
more. So if
Whose
you
mana
pay-
cost could be
If you
paid
pay
by.
15 and you put down a card, it could be an Emrakul, it could be a Darksteel Colossus.
It could
you
be
don't
a
know until
Thalia.
it flips.
Yeah.
But you can't put
Okay,
it
I
down
get it now.
until okay.
You have to pay the full mana value or more.
Why does it say you may choose a creature in your hand whose mana cost could be paid by some amount of?
It's some amount meaning that you can pay more. You can pay
So you
more
can
to
make-
X
okay.
than the
Worded
creature
terribly, but I
cost.
get what you're saying.
Now I see. Okay.
So like,
This-
let's say you pay 5 because you wanted to pretend that you had a
Baneslayer.
or no, I was gonna say Sarah Angel because we're playing old school here.
yeah.
And it was actually just like what was the 1/1
Singer
white
Vampire.
mana creature? No, the 1/1 white mana creature.
Pikeman. Savannah
Yeah,
Lions.
it was just a pikeman, but they were afraid it was a Sarah Angel. They might not want to attack into it because you paid 5.
Okay. That way it makes way more sense.
Yep. So you
Read-
just hide information.
Kids, reading the card
same way
explains
with-
the card.
The same way with Icy Cauldron.
Well, Icy Cauldron I get because you get like a discount in the future. You're like,
No,
inve-
I
it's
think
like
this card
foretelling
was just
to a degree.
worded terribly.
yeah. All right, camouflage.
love this
So the
I love this
original,
card
the
so
original
much.
wording of this card makes way more sense than the errata version. You may rearrange your attacking creatures and place them down, revealing which is which only after defense is chosen. If this results in an impossible block, such as non-flying creatures blocking flying creatures, illegal blockers cannot block this turn. So you just go like
it's
you're like
magical hats.
yeah, you like attack with 7 creatures. You go, I'm gonna cast this, and you shuffle up your 7 creatures, and they assign, and then you flip. That's it.
Dude, I got a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why in Yu-Gi-Oh did it take so long to get some of those Dark Magician cards?
Which ones?
because no one wanted them because they were terrible.
But that's what made Dark Magician so cool in this.
Oh,
one. He
like
had all those,
the
cool effects,
switch
like the
box,
box.
and yeah, I know. what
And
you're
why
talking
was magical hats originally or
Thank you,
made a
Dylan.
trap card when originally it was a magic card?
about. Yes.
Well, whatever. I
Magic
don't care.
Cylinder. Magic Cylinder wasn't that a Dark Magician card?
No.
Yeah,
There's.
that came out around the same time as it was in the show.
I think it was like
Yep.
MFC, and then it was reprinted DRC. I don't remember. That card was like the tits. And then like you play the game now, like old school, like Magic Cylinder sucks because everybody's like, this card blows.
Yeah, it doesn't give me any advantage.
It only
like
works
value
when
or
it only
advantage.
works when everybody's like, everybody attacks and so I'm going to attack. Like, you have a face down? I'll just wait. Like, I'm good.
Okay. So you get to play magical hats, hide your creatures, and then they get to choose blockers on face down creatures. If it is revealed that it cannot block that way, then
That we've
They're
been doing.
removed from combat.
We're doing good.
no, it removes just the
The illegal blocks. Illegal.
Yeah.
Going to jail.
Which is funny because if you have like a death toucher in your pile or two, you're gonna make people not want to do it.
So I've been blown out by this card in Magic Online. JB, how does this card work?
Destroy 2 target non-black creatures unless either one is a color, the other isn't. They can't be regenerated.
Okay.
So if you have 2 creatures and one is red and one is blue, you can destroy both of them.
No, you can't.
Can't.
Opposite. You
Oh,
have
Nope.
to kill
gotcha.
2 of the
It has
same
to be the
color.
same color.
They have to be identical colors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let's
yeah, okay.
well, and here's what's confusing because in Apocalypse there was a lot of multicolored creatures. So if one is black white and the other one's white red, you cannot destroy them because they're not. Yes,
Yep.
because the other one of them is not red and one of them is not
This
black.
must have been a terrible card pick.
I got blown.
and
Well, it's actually
five
really
now.
good when you know what you're doing. like
Well, I
it's
meant
just.
like in Apocalypse, it must have been awful if everything's like multicolored.
Well, there was
creatures.
like kickers and all that, so like things
Yeah,
were.
so it's like color identity, not color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like if these
Yeah,
things
yeah.
don't have identical color identities, they like you cannot kill them. So people, but you could still target. You just can't target non-black creatures. I'm sorry. You could still target like a red creature and a blue creature, and you'd be like, all right, I destroy both of them. They're like, no, you don't. You're
So
like,
if they have an illusion, you can kill the illusion by targeting both the red and
Yes.
the blue illusion, and it would still kill the
sure.
illusion.
I just love that. Like everybody's first go around with this card is like, yeah, well, you just killed 2 different colors. Like, no.
No.
But yeah, it's a cool card. That's
I
it.
had to, after reading it the second time, I understood what
Yeah, it just you have to. I got blown out when Apocalypse was it.
Assignment.
All right, cost is steep. The cost is even higher now.
man.
Actually, the draft boosters are up to 400, and the set
I'm gonna
boosters are up to
proxy my
500,
entire
How
deck.
much are the collector boxes?
200. But there's only 4 packs in them.
Oh, Jesus.
You guys
Yeah.
are fine with proxies, right? I can proxy the entire commander deck.
Whatever,
don't care.
whatever,
I do not
Salamander.
care.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. I can do that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, so these costs are keep going up, and everybody's crying because to draft this set, and when you guys sent me that deal, I was like, what? So I was like,
Yeah,
that's
dude, I'm going to that.
super cheap.
100%.
I don't think that again, whatever. Their product, they whatever. They do what they want. Good for the store or bad for the store, great for the players.
Might almost be worth it to sign up and just keep the packs.
Yeah,
so
and just walk out. Yeah, I think that might be that might be the move. Anyways, so and the worst part about these booster boxes, it's a master set, so it only comes with 24, so you get no extra prize packs. So a booster box is typically 36 packs. Well, in this case, it's only 24.
Wow, that's so bad.
It's
hate
bad.
it so
It's
much.
bad.
Why is this so miserable?
And the set boosters, which are normally 30 packs, are only, you guessed it, 24 packs. So this,
It looks like a full size box.
I know, but it's Masters boxes are only 24. Masters has always been notoriously 24 packs, and then set boosters.
No, I understand that. I'm wondering if they might be changing it for this because like normally with Masters boxes they have the little like you'll see that plastic on the
Yeah,
side.
it's kind of well, they're like raised. They're weird. I know what you're talking about, but yeah.
And we still don't know if there's box toppers, right?
The FAQ came out like of what you can actually get in this pack, but yeah, dude, this set is steep, and it being like,
Reason.
well, it's an all reprint set. That's what feels the worst, right? Like,
Yeah, but it's all reprint. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand Commander's huge.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cards that need reprints, but like the reprints for this set, like the only reason they will maintain a high value is because of the cost of the actual box. If these came out at like $200, all these reprints would drop.
They were
to, like,
200. This is $200 on like if you pre-ordered. Like all this stuff was like two. All it is every store has gotten hip to it. They're like, we are no longer waiting to do pre-sales. We will just hold on to our product and then sell it as the market determines.
Yep.
And the market has determined that these are worth $500 or $400. I mean, that's us. The Magic, we have done this. It's no.
I
it's,
agree.
Yeah.
I understand.
So everybody's like, "You sons of bitches!" It's like, no. We're the ones making the prices go up. So
Right.
Now, is it us making the prices go up, or is it the fact that they're seeing that we're all trying to pre-order it, so the companies themselves are raising the price?
so that we have like
My
this.
Amazon pre-order before they like took them down or whatever.
Yeah.
I got the like lowest price guaranteed or whatever.
But I'm saying just because
I did it right away.
Yeah.
like, is it like Amazon and all the like big stores you're pre-ordering from choosing to raise the price? Because like, isn't the point of a product that they want us to buy it? So like, why are you raising the prices? Because we're all like pre-ordering.
Yeah.
I think Amazon has like an allocation, and then after that gets whatever, it opens up to like Amazon like representative stores, which are like also like stores, and then they post that they can still give you it at the guaranteed delivery date, but it's at the whatever store price they're
Yeah,
selling it
geez.
for.
So
But
they're
it's
the
not
ones
from
gouging.
Amazon's own allocation.
Yeah. So what makes me frustrated on all this, and you'll see this, and I know this is a different comparison. This isn't meant to have new cards or whatever, but
Well, those also were like meant
Yeah.
meant to be $25.
I'm okay with that. So when you put things in a booster pack, right? Like the it's a randomized booster. Us as the community decide what that booster's worth. We go, is it up or are we down? Whatever it may be. We make that decision because it's stores going, I gotta raise my prices because I'm selling out pretty quick. Let's tack another $10, see what happens. People are still buying. Let's keep upping the price. When it comes to set products that are exactly they're not randomized, there's not a lottery ticket into them, and they're just randomly like these 99 cards that come off and they're all printed the same exact way are $50 more than these $99 cards. It annoys the living hell out of me. Like, I think a commander deck should never ever exceed $60, but yet they do, and it makes me crazy because it's like
Precon,
yeah, like,
Precon should
and that's what I meant, precon, because the production cost of that precon versus any other precon they're identical. Like, and
it's like them
So-
like low key ignoring that they're acknowledging the secondary market.
it's so it drives me up a wall.
The only time I think, and it shouldn't happen, but the only time I think it would be acceptable is when you are talking about like Universes Beyond, because like they're paying for another IP.
Sure.
So like, like the Lord of the Rings, I didn't feel bad about paying $75 to
Right.
buy mine because I understood like Wizards had to pay for me to be able to play with these.
Yeah.
Like
So-
Lord of the Rings, same
Yep.
thing with when we did the Warhammer. Those were
Yep.
like $70-$80.
Yep. And so the thing is with these ones, because they have exclusive and they're actually pretty chase tribes, like Planeswalkers maybe be the worst one, but the Sliver one is going to be like, good luck finding it. Like, I'm telling you, you're going to have to pay a premium for that one. And same with the colorless one, just because they get a new a new thing. But maybe the goal is not to buy these right away. And that it feels bad, and I say that because right now the Warhammer ones, you can get all 4 of them for 170, and they were
Those cards were banging.
yeah, and these are good decks. They are, and they're Universes Beyond. They're exclusive. I think the actual move, if you truly want one of these, and you might get blown out by doing this, but if they're truly printing as much stock as there is, there's gonna be so much of it on Amazon, and then eventually the bubble's gonna go, we're good on these, right? So people are gonna go away from it, and then they're gonna go, okay, I can buy this for 170 because I should have bought all 4 of my commander, like my new thing I want to do, and I know I've retired, is I want to buy the Universe Beyond's decks and just keep them in like a play kit. So buy all 4 of them, have them sit. Like
That'd be cool.
You just like here's a play kit. You guys want to play Magic the Gathering, Warhammer. You guys want to play Lord of the Rings, blah 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 blah. Doctor Who. So, you get sick deals like this. So I think the play is not to buy these, but then you'll end up with like the Sliver one being 300, and then the other ones being $40 a pop. You know.
Oh, I'm probably gonna wait like 2 weeks because I'm supposed to get the Jessica one, and that one's probably gonna be the worst one.
It is.
Unless they print some amazing Planeswalker that's playable in Legacy, but I doubt it.
Yep. Oh, he talks shit on this, and oi, are you Command the Master's expensive? Oi, yeah, okay, thanks. Thanks, Pleasant Kenobi. All right, let's get to the spoilers. No new cards, obviously. There's a whole bunch of stuff. This cycle has been reprinted. This is like Hallelujah. People have been waiting for this cycle. Great. I love yeah. People
I
love
do
these.
like this.
Yeah, it's a good cycle. Other cards.
Meh.
So they've printed this into the ground and they went from mythic to rare on this, which is a good thing because if they're gonna, you know what, I don't want this in the mythic slot.
Yeah, Maelstrom Wanderer.
So how do you guys like these profile picks?
I like some of them. I think this one's
I don't
kind
know.
of
How do you
disappointing.
think? What do you think? I think of Maelstrom Wanderer's profile pic.
Low.
One
What do you think? I
feels-
think
Okay, Josh, you're my bad. You love it.
It's just like it.
My
it's
bad, Betty.
okay, like I just
I
feel
don't
like
care
there's
enough.
not much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I already told you they have shown us already that they will not do anime alt arts from hired Japanese artists, so I do not care.
Yeah, JB's off this real quick.
Maelstrom Wanderer was
This one I
like
think
my.
is awesome.
It just
It
looks
was my OG Timmy card. I love that card, dude. It's so bad, but
a
it's
cool
so
card.
good.
This is
I
part
like
of the cycle, the recruiter cycle.
Yep.
It's just
What's the one that
There's a red
recruits
one,
her
a white one.
Planeswalker?
That's Academy Rector.
Recruiter.
That tutors it into play. That's an
Oh, that tutors it
That's,
into
that's a
play.
Yeah.
different card.
Yeah.
It's Imperial Recruiter and Recruiter of the Guard.
So
Spellseeker.
we haven't got the green version of this
We don't
yet,
have a green one.
or
Or
a
the
Black one.
the black
There's
one.
no
Yeah.
black one either.
Yeah. So this is part of that cycle. So in the future we'll probably get the rest of them.
Could
but-
be in the edict.
This is where I want to talk about how many times a card should be reprinted in a single year, and yes, once a year. And like other cards, this is a new one. Kozilek. This profile pics looks
This
like
looks cool.
it's an uncircumcised penis, man. I don't know what you're talking about. It looks terrible.
Terry.
I don't know
Real
how
bad.
many
Yeah,
uncircumcised dicks you'd be looking at, but if they got tentacles, bro, you
That
got
one's
problems.
cool. The Omnath
Oh,
one is
this is
cool.
pure-
I like the Omnath one. Yeah,
That one is
it kind
cool.
of reminds me of Venture Time.
Yeah, it does. The
I like the Azusa one.
Nah, they got a better one in the secret layer. That came out
yeah.
a little
So
while ago.
when Secret Layers all in the same year, like Spellseeker, also have a reprint, it's like, fuck you, like, dude, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because now you're gonna open something you might have bought a secret layer. to
Remember
get.
how there was
Those
a-
are the ones? Okay.
No, we just got a premium version in Dominari Remastered. Like, what the hell?
Did we?
Yeah.
Urza.
Dominari Remastered had Urza in it. Lord, the whatever. And they had an old border one, too.
Yeah, I remember the old border one. that
Yeah,
was
it
in,
came out this year.
was
Dominari
that-
Remastered.
No, wasn't it Modern Horizons 2?
Maybe it was.
Because you could only get it foil.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to go to Scryfall, and I'm going to show you why I
I
have a
think he was in
distinct.
both.
He might have been in both.
He is.
I think he was in both.
Urza.
He was in both. This card's been reprinted a bunch.
Yeah. It's down to $14. I traded mine away when they were
Jesus.
50. Yeah, well, it was in
Yeah, I got
Commander.
rid of
It was
all
in
mine a
Commander
while ago.
Masters, and Dominaria Remastered as old
Yeah,
border,
it got printed a lot,
and then it had this premium version.
and it lost all relevancy in any format. that
Yeah.
isn't,
And then they had a
EU.
time shifted one of
Showed
them.
up just to get Mox Triple banned and then pieced out like bye.
And the Astrolabe.
Yeah,
Oh, so you got Astrolabe banned too. Bastard.
Watsy, if you could just print cards like once a year, Insurrection's so sick.
I think that, yeah, the Insurrection one's cool.
That
Like, that card's
Insurrection
only been
is
printed
so
once,
sick,
right?
Dude, that art is so sick. I'll probably buy one of those.
Deadly Rollick, so it confirms cycles back. This is what everybody was like. Please give us that cycle, because if it would have missed this cycle, you better believe those this card would have been $100.
Do you think Force of Will or Mana Drain should be in here?
They're not. Or hang on. I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
Mana Drain might.
the man of Crypt has been like ruled out,
Oh yeah!
and I think Force of Will's ruled out too.
Huh?
Because there's
Number
4
crunch.
mythic artifacts already.
All right, so
Extra planar lens pushed out.
let's see what else has been reprinted.
Well, all the
'Cause
good stuff is not in it.
all
Not
Cyclonic
great.
Cyclonic Rift got reprinted, which is a big one. Like
Big
that's
nerd.
that card's $50. It just holds on its value. So here's what we got.
Do the card will it ever drop below $20? We'll see.
This card should have been uncommon. This card, was this worth anything?
Drami's card.
$1.
So out of curiosity, I looked up Illusionary Mask on EDH Rec.
Yeah.
High synergy cards: Raging River, Moat, Chains of Metropolis, Word of Command. It's all the annoying cards.
Every time you cast that card, all you hear is it's just the confusion. What? All right. And this card got.
These cards did not need to be reprinted.
Well, they gotta have some better. Also, with Commander Masters, if you guys don't
always be
know,
good.
with Commander Masters, any monocolored legendary can be a partner. It just has partner in the draft
Only
format.
if you're doing sealed.
No, it's drafted. Was I wrong about that? Okay, because you can't pair it with a
Or
dual
limited.
colored.
Sorry, I meant to say limited.
Yeah, limited. Only limited. So I
It's
bet
not
you,
like you could go home and pair these two.
I bet you that's gonna be a pretty big house table rule where people just go, I want to partner with
yeah.
these guys. So, yeah.
I'm sure that'll eventually be a thing.
This card was like $15. It was only in like Battle Bond, Avatar Slaughter. This got downshifted to a common, so you can now play this in
Hopper.
medium.
Kurtar's Wrath at uncommon, dude. Uncommon cubes salivating at the two.
Magnus
rares.
is the
Like, that's
wheel
real.
This is the first time this is at a reprint outside of like a mat, like a
Ever?
yeah. It was Mirrodin, and then it had like
It was it was a serialized card
yeah,
before.
Savage Beatings
The
first printing
reprint
too.
was serialized.
Yep, it's
Savage Beating at Mythic is atrocious too because no one asked for this.
yeah, but it's like it's a Dark Shield $20 card.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
used to play that card. In
that's
Standard.
cool. So we like the Planar Lens is big, the Mystics Confluence, and then Grand Abolisher just also you can currently buy Grand Abolisher right now in Secret Layers for the summer drop. You can like Cyclonic Rift is one that everybody wants. This is a huge
I think
reprint.
the Planeswalker Commander reprints is a good target because they haven't been reprinted since those.
Yeah,
And this isn't a new one, but the personal tutor coming in here is pretty good too.
Yeah.
yeah,
I get to
that's
put that in the cube.
yeah, that one's a big one. But the Champion's Helm, this
Oh, wait,
one.
no, I don't think it's good in the cube. There's not that many sorceries.
This was part of the OG Commander, and then outside of that was the Kaladesh Invention. But this is like a Timmy card at heart. People
Oh
love
yeah,
this
this
card.
card is not great.
People love that card. It's a good reprint. So that if you're interested in getting one of those, the rares in the set because it is a Masters and it's a Commander set. So every pack, when you draft it, you pick 2 cards at a time, and every pack has 2 rares in it. So you do get double the rares if that's worth anything to you. Star of
And when you
Extinction.
draft it, that card was like $5 or $10.
2023 edition.
Yeah. And that's pretty much everything
Bet
that's
you're not
pretty
gonna
hot.
see Dockside in here.
Rishkar got downshifted to uncommon. That's a pretty big jump.
Yeah, especially same thing with Cartographer Zoc.
Yeah, this one was this rare.
Yeah,
Wow,
Yeah.
card's good.
because it was only in an EDH deck.
Katara's
Yeah.
Wrath. Is this
It's rare.
this was from Odyssey?
Oh, it's an
from, like,
uncommon that's
Odyssey.
destroy all creatures. Holy cow!
Yeah, they got a couple of
Yep.
those. So there's gonna be some. Yeah,
There's
those
a
are.
black one too.
That's,
I wish the black one had the OG art though, because the OG art is way better.
This card somehow maintains
True.
bad. Finale of Devastation, huge reprint.
what is that artifact?
This is Thran Dynamo.
Boom pile,
Oh,
Yeah,
boom pile, my favorite match card.
flipping coins. That's pretty dope.
dude, I love Boom Pile.
Kindred Dominance.
Dude,
That's a big one.
I like boom. I don't have boom pile. I play it in Purphoros because
The Immortal Sun, big one.
over like Nev's
Chromatic
Disc or some
Lantern's
other
been
shit.
printed in. The Commandeer is good too.
County is a big one because that's like there's not many printings. I had like 7 of these,
Yeah,
and now
yeah.
they're worthless. Like this sucks.
I had one. It was $20. I got rid of it.
Torrential
I get
Gearhulk
rid of it
getting
immediately
Torrential
every time I get one.
Gearhulk getting
Yep,
the
the reprint.
downshift. It's getting down to rare downshifting. Godo. This snake. This is like what is
Godo
this
was
from?
not Mythic, it was a rare.
It was from
before.
a Commander deck.
It's only
I
from
thought
okay.
Godo got.
Yeah.
I thought Godo got
You got a reprint.
shifted now.
Yeah, he was in double
my
masters. He
snake.
was also in double masters, dude. These
I
guys
sold my
suck at
snake
this.
for like $30 just
Yeah.
at when we were in the whatever place.
Capture
we
capture of Jin Zhao. That's the big chase. Obviously, Jewel
And
Lotus is a
Jewel
big one.
Lotus.
Yep.
Land tax.
This is and then
So his personal tutor, that card was like $100.
yeah, and then everybody was like, "You better not make, you better print Cyclonic Rift." It's like, why is this that rare? This card blows. Like,
Right?
It's
I
a
wish
fine
that was
card.
uncommon.
is it evacuation? Is there something wrong with this route?
I don't wish it was uncommon because I don't want to see it that much in a draft.
Fair. I mean, it's a multiplayer. I guess whatever.
It's a 20 card pack.
Yeah, and you do get
You
to.
want everyone at the table to have evacuation?
Yeah, wraths.
The OG art was so much better. Click that.
Which one?
Oh,
Evacuation.
No.
the uncommon. Scroll down.
This one.
The black
That
one,
one.
yeah.
The OG art is so much better.
Oh yeah, it is way sick.
Yeah, them standing. I might have that card.
Yeah, you probably do.
All right, boys, I'm hopping out.
OG
Bye bye.
in the queue.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And then we got Prismatic Viper.
Yeah.
All right. So
Four commanders.
this is the
Eldrazi one.
yeah, it's Cascade. This is like the new. You're gonna. This is your default Eldrazi commander from now on.
I was gonna say, does this get played in Tron?
This
Yeah.
maybe, but there's no Tron in Legacy.
Oh, I
'Cause
guess
Wasteland.
Because I was gonna say you go Ulamog and you just like
You got 5 Rebecca Gwaylands. That's pretty
Dude,
big.
those are cool.
They are
yeah,
really sick.
all the basic lands look really cool.
Rebecca Gay, by the way.
Okay, Rebecca Gay. My bad. Yeah, they look really sick, dude. They look real good. People have a love Nesting Dragon. I don't know why. Does that card do something I don't know?
Which one?
Nesting
Oh,
Dragon.
the-
Get it.
Landfall, make a dragon egg. Okay, of course we would love this card. It's got landfall on it. It makes dragons.
People just like the landfall trigger.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's just another landfall creature that has a decent payoff.
Yeah. All right. That's all I had this week, and that's a show, guys. That's it. All right.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Josh, hit us. Hit it.
Soggy fries or floppy fries are better than crispy fries.
You must have not watched the
This
YouTube
one's
video I made of you,
crispy.
did you?
Did I say crispy fries? Or
No, no, no.
floppy fries?
He had 8 hot takes in the episodes 1 through 100 that were about fries.
Holy cow!
Yeah, go pull up the video. If you haven't checked it out on YouTube, you can see all of episodes 1 through 100, Josh's hot takes, all compiled into one list. He loves talking about fries. He's ranked them. He talks about tater tots being mids. He then he goes back on it. All right, guys. All right, we'll do an after show today. I got a little bit of time. If anybody wants to hop in, if you're interested, I'm all for it. If not, we will be moving on with our day. But it's a fun show. I like talking about old Magic, man. I don't know what it is.
Me too.
I feel like it's like a childhood I missed. Like I have like this.
I think
What would that be referred as? If like it's like something that you feel connected or drawn to from the past.
nostalgia.
People call it like being an old soul. Like you think you're from a different time.
Oh.
Like that's like what there's got to be a version of that. Like I feel connected to that, even though I had no relevance to it. I was like a little kid. Because I really like the old, like the heyday of Magic, even though I never experienced it. Like I like the idea of just like no net decks, people just coming into what they had.
Oh, I remember that.
I
That's
never
why
got
I'm
it.
so excited to do this Yu-Gi-Oh thing because I was looking at the list of cards and like the amount of like memories that just come back from looking at it. I remember buying, like, I remember going to Walgreens and buying, but like 4 packs, going home and shoving them all together and being like, all right, man, let's duel. And I remember going to the Brown Deer library and I beat this kid by playing all 3 blue eyes and I beat him and I got to keep his red eyes. And it, like, the feelings of doing that stuff back then were really so much fun, man.
Yeah, so there was like a Wild West with Yu-Gi-Oh. I have a huge affinity for that. So like I'm down to do this thing. And one of the big affinities I had is I remember just going to school playing with 2,000 life points.
Yeah, dude.
But not understanding the rules at all and just making shit up. And I remember this going to like a local pool, and this girl had a Yu-Gi-Oh deck, and she just was like, "Yeah, I play at my school and I win all the time." I was like, "Yeah, right. You're a girl, I'm gonna beat you." So I was like, "I'm gonna play my I have both Blue Eyes and Dark Magician in this deck." She just went tremendous fire, and I was just like, "Oh." Like she's like, I was like, I guess I lose. Like I was
That's
like,
the one that deals 1,000, right?
yeah. Then you take 500. She's just like
Yeah.
Ukazi. Her whole deck was a burn deck. I was like, she's brilliant. Like, this is the greatest thing ever. And I was like, remember, I went to like the local shop and be like, does anybody have tremendous fires? I need these. And then like someone's like, yeah, you actually have 8,000 life points. I was like, wow, these cards suck. Like immediately. But yeah, I thought that was cool. But I remember getting an ear infection, going to Walgreens to get medicine with my mom, and then I was like, please, I have an ear infection. Can I buy these 2 packs? And they were like Pharaoh whatever. And I remember getting an ultra rare in there, and I thought it was the coolest card ever, but it sucked so bad because it had the spirit mechanic on it.
Oh yeah.
It was like,
I mean, a lot of the spirits I'll play, but there were some really bad ones.
one that you attribute 2 monsters, then it returned back to your hand.
Yeah.
I tried playing that one. It was Pharaoh.
It's not the rabbit, because the rabbit was 700 attack, and it was a like 3-star. I know which one you're talking about.
Ultra. It's like
Is it a dude where his fist was almost like on fire?
he's like this.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm trying to find him.
I remember like me and a friend way back in the day, like Josh actually knows him because eventually in high school he met him. His name was Gene. We'd hang out every day in middle school, and I remember one time my mom took us to drop us off at Mayfair, and she gave us both $50, and we pooled our cards together or money together, and we went and bought a Yu-Gi-Oh box.
That must have been like the greatest day of your life.
Oh, dude, we literally opened the entire Destiny board,
That
like
would've been
our
sick.
final or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like the greatest. We went home. We built like decks with them. I want to say like we stayed up for like 16 hours just playing Yu-Gi-Oh at home. And
It was hard not
I
to.
just
man.
miss those days, man.
Well, it's something you'll never get back.
Hey,
Yeah.
God, what is I wonder what's the next set after this? It went
After what?
A Pharaoh Guardian, because I think it was after that. It was the one that had what set has Yada?
So
What set has
it's
Yada? The new. It's got to be the new ruler.
yeah. I think it's either New Ruler or the one right after that. Because I know it went LOB, Metal Raiders, Magic Jammer,
no,
or
there-
Magic Rulers.
Yeah, Magic Rulers. Yeah, you're right. LOB, Metal Raiders, Magic Rulers,
Magic Ruler.
and then Pharaoh Guardian. It was like it
No,
was
there
past
was
that.
something before Pharaoh Guardian.
Yeah.
Damn it. But
Yeah, I know it's gonna eat you alive. I'm the same way.
I'm looking it up right now.
I'm trying to find it because I don't know the name of it. Lava
just
Golem was
Googling.
such a crazy card. Whenever someone played that against me, I was like, "You give me through." Like, well, Gravity Bind. I was like, "Oh shit."
Dude, I remember going on Kazaa and downloading all of Battle City before
Yeah.
it was out in English, like dubbed, and watching it and seeing Lava Golem for the first time. And
All right,
thought
here
I
we
was
go.
Like, this card is unbeatable.
I got this in order. So it goes. I think it's in Labyrinth of Nightmare, the card I'm talking about. But it goes. I'll just start from the beginning. So I think after, you got Metal Raiders into Spell Rulers into Pharaoh Servant into Labyrinth of Nightmare, which I think had the card I'm talking about. Did it? Sure, let me get this on stream so this is easier. Talk about. Yu-Gi-Oh's tight. Everybody knows that. United We Stand. I remember the Torrential Tribute was amazing. The Mass Beast.
hang on, you sacrifice their cards to play a lava golem?
Yeah,
Yep.
you tribute to their cards and you give them a 3,000 powered monster.
But it
You give them a
can't-
lose.
Isn't it something it can't attack?
No,
or
it can.
something?
It can. They just
take 1,000 points every turn.
yeah, but like then you would just be like Gravity Bind, and you're like no.
I do Gravity. Bind.
Well, the reason why it was good is because
Insane.
like like cards that were like. So there were cards that like people played Magic Jammer and like Trap Jammer to avoid like
It
torrential.
was Seven Tools of the Bandit.
Yeah, those cards, like the counter cards, but they couldn't counter that card, and that's why it was so sick.
Nope.
So when they would get their like combo going, you're like, all right, take a generic 3,000 creature monster because these other cards have sick effects.
Yep.
Like you're like, oh, you're gonna play Blackluster Soldier. Oh yeah, well now you can all sacrifice your Blackluster Soldier and something else, and you're just like, exactly, Josh. You're like, wait, you're sacrificing my creatures? Like, yeah.
You remember the only way to get Harpy Feather Duster was to buy the Game Boy Advance game?
Yeah, those were sick.
And that card was
Here we go.
busted.
There's the card.
Yep.
Hino Kaju. Yeah. So what did this card exactly do? This card can't be special summoned. It returns its owner stand during the end phase, and it can't. Its normal funds are flip face up. If this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, they discard all cards in their hand during their next draw phase before they draw. What? Yeah, this card sucked. Like, I remember being like, I remember like playing it, and then someone's like, I was like, no, it doesn't go back to my hand. Why would it go back to my hand? It's like, it does. It says right here. I was like, no. I was like, this card sucks so much ass. Like, it's like you, and it was. I thought it was the coolest card because it was $2,800. Fiber jar. Oh,
That card was insane. I
Yamada
remember,
Dragon. Yeah, all the spirits could suck my ass. They all sucked.
dude, Yada.
Well, that's the only one that you don't have to tribute monsters for. Like, why would you tribute
there was
monsters?
other ones you didn't have to tribute, but they were all bad. Like
Yeah.
there was a rabbit.
Super bad. This set
Like,
sucked. I remember this coming out. This is probably where I started falling off. Great Desert, Guardian
Oh,
Sphinx.
yeah.
Oh, this did have Donzello in it. This is when like some of the cards got really confusing. Book of Life. I guess this set didn't. Barrel. Okay, this is it. They had the one shot combo where you would Ring of Destruction something, and then you would take the damage that you got from Ring of Destruction and shoot them with it. So they would they'd be like, here's the blue eyes. You're like, all right, Ring of Destruction, Blue Eyes. We both take 3,000. Psych, you take another 3,000. Take 6,000. It was a super fun. There was that like
was
one.
another card you could only get from a game, Ring of Destruction.
Yeah, I thought that. Yeah, maybe. There was a lot of those. Harpy's Feather Duster was actually tournament packs had Harpy's Feather Duster, but they were super rare because they had 2 printings of it. The tournament packs, which had Morphing Jar, which the original Morphing Jar was like $4,000 or something. Magician's Forest. Okay, I think that I take that back. No, you know what? I know exactly where I ended. I ended up Legacy of Darkness. That's where everybody. Dark Crisis and Legacy of Darkness is where everybody ends.
So it's the one that
IOC
introduced,
Invasion of Chaos.
Yeah, that's when I stopped playing.
Yeah, I didn't play into Ancient Sanctuary, Soul the Duelist.
So the GameStop at Mayfair, one of the workers there used to trade me and my friend Gene store credit for cards. So we'd go in there all the time. Like that's how we got like our video games and stuff.
Such a move.
But he got fired for it because I found out he ended up giving like $10,000 in store credit away for all these Yu-Gi-Oh cards he could get from people.
Just cheating, like just
Yeah.
pretty
Well, we
sick.
used to go to Mayfair after hours because he would like let people in the store to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and then they held a tournament once at Barnes and Nobles there. And I remember my round 1 opponent. I was playing. I think I was playing Burn at the time, weirdly enough, because there was a Burn deck. And I beat my opponent. He was running a Necropotent the card that Bakura played in the show. What was it? I think it was called Necropotence.
No, it was. I know what you're talking about. I think it's probably Necro Fiend.
Yeah,
No.
the Necrofiend combo, and I beat him. He got up and he left his entire collection sitting on the table. And, like, at the time, I was like, screw it, and I took it. And I remember, like, I had, like, the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh collection at school. I was, like, trading for everything. I had, like, full play set of, like, Exodias and
Yeah,
stuff.
you were the coolest kid because everybody was like, "Will you trade me for that? Will you trade me for that?" Yeah.
Greatest pickup ever was I had a Japanese set of Exodia, and I was like, oh, it makes the pentagram. It's so awesome.
JB has the ultimate
Yep.
trade story of all time in Yu-Gi-Oh. It is the craziest. Like, how did him and 13-year-olds swindle adults was crazy. But yeah,
I
He's always
traded
been able to do
for
it.
it's
right when Modern got announced. Like, hang on, Modern wasn't even announced yet. So, Modern got announced as like the Pro Tour stream format or whatever. It was,
yeah.
like, whatever it was that tournament was that was like testing the format out before they announced it as an official format
yeah.
or whatever. When that got announced or whatever, I found a dude at Board Game Barrister who traded me a Underground Sea for 4 Watery Graves.
That's such like a wild thought to think about.
I feel like now, but at the time it was probably pretty close. In value.
Yeah, because when Modern
it's like
first broke out, I
That
had
weekend, Underground that weekend Watery Graves shot up to like $30 a piece.
yeah, and then probably Undergrounds was $100 at the time, maybe 120.
$120.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a good. I mean, whatever. I remember. I had because like Shocklands weren't reprinted in RTR yet. Not that I remember if they were. I remember I had like the original set. I had like
They were in every Ravnica.
the Shocklands.
Yeah.
No, they
This
are.
was also pre-RTR. This was like all that was around was the
Ravnica.
original
You're talking about Ravnica's the first one, the first Shocklands. Then RTR had the second wave of Shocklands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying RTR didn't.
No, they did. I'm sorry. No, this is before. No, this is before. I'm sorry. This is before they came out. So I remember just like having that stuff because I did like I was like I wanted to play 5-color with like people that are around. They were telling me about 5-color, and I was like, well, I can't afford duals. I'll go get shock lens. I remember having 40 set of shocks, and then like being like, wow, I can trade for anything. And I was just trading straight up like I was like, Sacred Foundry can suck my nuts. I'll keep one and then go to the other 3. And then that's what I was doing. I was just, I got like picked up all my fetch lands that way. And that's like how I got like Twin. And then I had Jund. Like I was able to just like trade shock lands like crazy because everybody was in the hunt for them. The only decks I was like, I'm not going to play Zoo because I don't want to keep Zoo cards. So,
At GP Richmond, when fetches were at their all-time high, I traded 7 Verdant Catacombs for a Judge Foil Gaia's Cradle.
jeez. I mean, it's so sick.
Verdants were like $80 a piece.
Yeah, nuts, dude. The trade game is it's dead, and it might be because of a direct result of Commander, especially with 99 cards. People just there's not a need to like. You can't really play like Splinter Twin without 4 Splinter Twins, right? But you know you don't need it in Commander. It's a weird thing to like think about. But Commander is probably
And I
reduced.
feel
Yeah.
like everybody wants to come out ahead in trades nowadays too. Like no one wants to like evenly trade
yeah.
or like lose like 50 cents in a trade.
Yeah.
I've had people like where they're like, "Oh, we're off by like a quarter," and at that point, I'm like, "Dude, just I don't even want to trade with you
Yeah,
anymore."
I just let me take all your cards out of your binder. Did that one? I did that one time. There was one guy who's just like I knew he was gonna frustrate me, so I took all his cards out of his binder and I was like, I don't want any of these. Just left, and then he had to put them all back in. I was like, I don't want any of these. It's just because he was just like
I
he's being a
traded
pest.
a full play set of all the foil fetch lands and a set of wastelands, like OG wastelands, for an Ancestral Recall.
That's pretty nuts. I mean, you were. I
Wait, I
never.
thought it was Time Twister.
Oh, that was a recall.
Okay.
The I traded the recall to get the Time Twister.
Like Power
No, I traded
9.
the recall. What did I trade to get the Twister?
Power 9 was never like. I never had any value to it because in my heart I was like, I need to be able to play these cards. So I had no interest in any Power 9. People were like, you gotta trade up to Power. Why? Because I'll lose all my cards I play with. Like it doesn't make any sense to me.
I think
I
it's
had,
cool
like,
like to have
cube
owned it
or
or whatever, but I've never really had the desire to try to get it because maybe a Time Twister just because like sure if I ever want to play like CEDH, but like I don't even want to do that.
Those
I'd
were the
rather play
cheap. Those were
Legacy.
like the cheap ones too. Like I remember Time
Yeah.
Twister was like the 350 one. Everyone's like, it should be Library, but it's Time Twister. I'm like, whatever. You dunsos. But yeah,
Alright, I'm outie.
same
So
here.
what was this trade? I was gonna say, what's this trade that JB did?
Well, the God trade. So, there's a movie that came out for Yu-Gi-Oh, and somehow JB and I went to a store beforehand, and he bought these packs, right? And
Yeah,
they
I
were
know
they
which ones you're
yeah
already talking
they
about.
have like it's like the Sphinx, the lion, and then they fuse into one thing.
The shining, and it had the shining blue eyes in it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the Shining Blue Eyes came from the movie. You gotta go to the movie to get that.
Okay, that's how I got
Yeah.
it.
So
Oh, no, it comes with the pyramid card. That's right. Sorry.
yeah. So there was those cards, and somehow JB obtained like three sets of these. And there's this one guy that was at there that was like 30 years old, and he saw that there was a creature that you could like special summon that was 3,500, or the 3,500 attack, and the whole room erupted. People were like, and JB and I had no money. Like I was lucky because I had an older brother who had a job, and we split a collection. So he just bought like every paycheck. It was like new boxes were coming in. I was like, sweet, and then I would get the scraps and go fight JB with them. But JB couldn't afford to like have. He would get a $10 allowance to go get 2 packs. And he wanted to play the Blackluster Soldier deck because it was like the best deck. And dude, that Toys R Us that weekend was all over him for these damn cards. All like they were just like, I will give you a Chaos Emperor Dragon and this for this. And like I don't know what happened, but he basically just traded 9 cards for the entire IOC deck. That following Toys R Us, whatever Yu-Gi-Oh league that they had, they were literally in sealed packages for $3.99 for all the cards.
Yep.
Yeah, and I remember I remember JB being like, oh my god, I hope that guy doesn't show up. Please don't have that guy show up because he's gonna ask for those cards back. Like he's so nervous, like that this guy is like.
I
gonna
wouldn't
come
get
back.
you chose to trade them to
Well,
me.
it was so funny. And he didn't come. Like the guy didn't show up, and then I remember JB was like, "I'm never going back to Toys R Us," like because he thought like that guy was gonna beat him up. Like an adult was gonna be like, "Yo, I traded you $3 worth of cards, and you gave me."
Pussy.
So that was the last time we went there. But yeah. All right, dudes.